you!
You're scared. And you should be.
This is not your company anymore.
Leave the cheek of CM Punk.
Out! Combo move! This is what they've been doing! Hey, McAfee!
Everyone shut the up and sit down!
We got a mom in the front row who taught her daughter how to suck dick!
I'm Mina Shirakawa. I used to be a model. I want to put on a big show.
And that's the bottom line, because Stone Cold said so.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome once again to the Saturday Shenanigans, hosted by yours truly, the Renegade J.J. Williams. Hi, guys. Hi, guys. CM Punk drama bullshit to the side. I still consider Hangman the worst AEW champion they've had. First of all, we're going to bring in Walter Cruz.
I said that as a joke when, what's his name, did his promo Monday. He said, I'm from a prestige university. I said he majored in Steiner, man.
We've got the Heb man, James Hebert, in the house.
I do really cool and dumb things. Mutants.
Right. A lot of shit going on here. A lot of fucking crazy ass shit.
Where is Noah JD? Well, say his name and he appears, because we believe in Noah Foster.
Fuck is this intro? It is one of those things where as fans we do have these desires for what we want to see, but sometimes you can't always get what you want, and there are reasons you truly don't get what you want. I wouldn't even listen to this in Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. What the fuck is this shit? God, rap is whack. Like I said, never been a greater time to be a wrestling fan than with more companies in a more lucrative spot, in a more comfortable business spot, in a sense of mind, it seems, than ever. Again, WWE is not the only one. It is not the end-all, be-all. So let's go back to the Renegade Wrestling JJ Williams to get the official word. JJ, speak!
Make sure you tune in every week, because you never know who's going to drop in to join the shenanigans. Catboy is in the house.
Hello, my internet family.
I say if you want to make them as evil as possible, make them really mad.
We have Mansfield joining the party now. What is going on, Josh?
Like I told no one when we were in Cleveland, him joining JCU was just an unfortunate side effect of my shenanigans towards you, JJ. I know how it can get better, Noah. The panel chooses you.
Shut the fuck up, Josh.
He said that so like.
They got the intro back.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Just like how you and I had lunch together the other week.
That was different.
Ladies and gentlemen, the King is here. Say his name and he appears. We believe in King A-Train. There are so many believers in Joe Hendry. The only person on this panel that doesn't believe in Joe Hendry is King A-Train. Tell the world why you do not believe in Joe Hendry.
The reason I do not believe Joe Hendry is he is Fandango 2.0 in a entrance merchant. I rest my case, Your Honor.
Hey! There's nothing wrong with being an entrance merchant. He has some of the best entrances of all time.
Teleporting into the command center, all the way from Angel Grove High, Datilla.
Oh, yeah. I went to the command center on Thursday. I went to Vasquez Rocks, which is where they filmed a lot of episodes. Somebody actually climbed to the very top of those rocks. I made it halfway. I was like, I'm not going up there. Definitely Toni Storm versus Mariah May. That's the one match I probably am looking forward to the most. I really like the story. I'm familiar with all about Eve, so if it plays out that way, I kind of know how this is gonna go.
Say goodnight, Datilla.
Good night.
James, you did say his name. So he shall appear, ladies and gentlemen, first time on the Shenanigans. Jeff Meacham is in the motherfucking house.
All right, we're coming in hard with the botch. All right, fucking hell. It's good to be back. It's good to have an opportunity to talk to the crowd on a Saturday. If you want to have yourself stomach through it, you can go back and watch when the Main Event Mafia took over Impact. That's what James was talking about. So if everybody just joined us, we're talking about people sedating people, attempted murder, boys, and tips. Welcome to Saturday Shenanigans, everybody. Aren't you glad I'm back?
Welcome back, Jeff.
Cool.
What is going on, everybody, and welcome to the weekly moderated insanity that is the Saturday Night Shenanigans. It is I, once again, your devoted and loyal host, the Renegade of Wrestling, JJ Williams. Let's go ahead and bring in the gaggle of fools, as the simple man Noah Foster calls us.
Hello.
Noah, before I ask you how you are, I do need to direct your attention to a DM I sent you on Facebook. There is somebody in the green room about to come in, and somebody in the chat room who will be joining us later who do not know about the big announcement yet. So let's just keep it on the hush until that person gets here, and we'll hit them with the big news all at once.
Okay, as if I needed to know that, but
just wanted to make sure you knew, and to the people in the chat room that were here for the previous interview and know the big news, let's not chat it up in the chat just yet,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah. This is your only warning. You will be banned forever if you break this sacred rule. So says Mr. Jared Williams, endorsed by the Silverman Noah Foster. Co-hosts at times would only have to be. That being said, to go back to our regularly scheduled programming, as always, thank you. As always, I'm tired, but I'm in a good mood. That was a lot of fun earlier, but still, you yahoos only will have a sanity bar for 2 hours starting now with me, as always. So without further ado, you know what I'm usually about. Let's go ahead and get right into it. Let's see what tonight brings for the next 2 hours that I'm with y'all.
All right, well, let's go ahead and bring in the rest of the gaggle. The man who joined us for the interview with the one Princess of Perfection, Rachel A., which you can now catch on demand on the channels. Walter Cruz is back with us. Long time no see, brother.
Right. By the way, if she uses the pop idea, just give a wink on camera so you know we that you were thinking about us.
Yeah, we're good at coming up with stuff like that.
Y'all really are sometimes, maybe too much.
All right, the next person we're going to bring in has a big announcement of his own before he departs, a broadcast that he will be hosting tomorrow with Walter, with Nick, with the simple man Noah Foster. Stat Boy Mike is here with us.
I've been called a lot of things, but I've never been called a goose before, so I'll take it.
A goose? Who called you a goose?
A gaggle of geese.
Oh, well, no, Noah says a gaggle of fools.
Yeah, it's a whole different form of it. But anyway, you know what, Mikey? Because you were scientifically comedic.
Thank you.
That's the only one you're getting, folks.
Don't say that. Mikey might actually get on a roll. I mean, it's rare that Mikey gets on a roll and is actually funny consistently, but it can happen.
It can happen. It has. And it goes back to the Casa days where I got lucky and I cracked both Renegade and Pop at the same time. Don't remember all the details, but it did happen.
On occasion.
Yeah.
Last person in the green room waiting to come in now. She's yours, she's mine, she's our Canadian friend, Ash. Oh, I love it. She's got the Chelsea green hat.
Okay, that is actually very good. I approve. Well done, my Canadian friend. Salute the face of America!
We pledge allegiance to the hot mess.
This came in Thursday.
Nice.
What a purchase.
Let's go ahead and give you the solo shot there so everyone can see it in all its glory.
Someone tag Chelsea Green. We got a new slate gent. She's waiting for her first duty.
Hey, if Piper Niven is out forever, after her injury, got to replace her. fellow Canadian. Just saying.
That makes me sad though for the former Viper Piper Niven. Like seriously, I wish her nothing but the best. Damn.
And just like Piper Niven and Kaylee Ray, my family's from Scotland.
It literally works.
So yeah, I'm the 2-in-1 combo. I'm Canadian with the Scottish family background.
I love it. Oh, I love it. Anyway, Ash, good to see you, pal. Go to get your eyes. How are you feeling knowing that the new beginning is around the corner?
Oh, I have a lot of catching up to do on New Japan. I haven't even started New Year's Dash yet.
Ash! Come on!
It's okay because our TNA correspondent is still like 2 weeks behind on Impact and still needs to watch Genesis. So,
I'm also working on a script for a video I have too coming up soon.
Oh, my word almighty. All right. Well, that being said, prayers are fashions. Never but respect for you, my Neon Pro Wrestling front. But you got to get caught up somehow, though.
Yeah, don't worry. I have it saved in my favorites, so I just got to make the time for it, which, again, your girl needs to work on her time management.
Your girl needs to blank. Sounds like a Family Feud top 5 answers on the board that need to be filled in when it comes to you.
No kidding, right?
That's all good. We know. All right. No problem. All right. Anyway, continue.
No, it's okay. It's given me an opportunity to run through all the comments. I see Jeff is here. Charles Schultz is here.
Aww.
Matt Helms is here.
They're the regulars. And
Yeah,
All right. Cool. Good to see everybody once again on a Saturday night. Everyone's feeling all right as we continue forward the cold front here in February, ironically enough.
I did notice that Jeff is leaving Knott's Berry Farm instead of Disney. Got to be careful posting that type of stuff in here. The Mauska Mafia is real, and they will come for him.
Not
just
very
like
far.
Booker T coming for Hulk Hogan, and you know the rest of that catchphrase.
Yeah, that accurate. Also, Charles, don't jinx yourself, bruv.
Oh, I can switch hats if you need me to. I've got the red one on standby.
All right. Look, unless you're doing your announcement, let's not turn this into ESPN Timu, or you're going to get Simple Man tonight roasting the Americana of sports the worst way possible.
There, is that better for you?
Look, Jeff's even said he low-key wants to jump on before he gets home so he can hear the big news. Well, you know how we do things, Jeff. You've hosted these things long enough. You've got to have good little intermissions and commercial breaks. Just came on the air. It's not time for a commercial just yet.
Not as many as freaking TNA once did, or ESPN does on a freaking PLE basis.
I mean, you're not wrong on that front.
And since Safet just popped in here, we will reiterate, no posting the big news until we announce it again here on the air. Please and thank you.
Or you will be banned forever.
Maybe even longer.
It's that big of news. Those of you that have already heard it, you know how big it is. So we want to make sure that we give the people that haven't heard it yet enough time to get here, enough time to get settled in, so that they can be slapped upside the face with the big news and react accordingly. That's the main reason I'm, waiting on Jeff to get here, because I know he's out in public transit. I don't want people to look at him like he's a madman. There's enough crazy people on public transit as it is.
This is accurate.
I need people looking at the founder of the beast as if he's one of those crazy MFers.
I am so damn glad I no longer have to deal with bus transit systems. I just got my Lyft budgets, friendly drivers I've come to know on a regular basis, and I get to and home from work and my haircut appointments safely.
And I appreciate that, Safet, because no disrespect, you're usually one of the ones that likes to post things. So you've been warned. You've said your mouth is sealed. We appreciate that. And Jeff is about to hit the tunnel portion of his journey to where he's going to lose signal. And he acknowledges the fact that he is one of those crazy MFers. So we already know that. That's why he fits in with this gaggle of fools. But anyways, as Noah said, we've only got him for like an hour and 50 minutes at this point, an hour 45 minutes, because we've already wasted some time.
Hour 52 minutes on the dot.
So let's jump right into things. It's been a pretty slow news week, so we don't have a lot of that to deal with. We'll just kind of start running through some of the stuff that we've covered this week via the watch-alongs and whatnot. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday wasn't anything. Thursday, though, was a big day for us. We legitimately at one point had 3 watch-along streams going. Noah was handling Ring of Honor / MPX Global Wars, which is Athena's company in Houston.
Yes.
You had James and Ryan handling Wrestling Revolver Kross Hour out of Dayton, Ohio. Unfortunately, we won't be able to get too much into that one because neither James nor Ryan are here. And then Walter and I covered MLW's Battle Riot VIII, which, much like Ring of Honor Global Wars, was filmed the week prior and then aired this week. So let's get into it. We've got Noah here for a little bit, so we'll make him hold off a little bit. He can give us the Ring of Honor scoop second. Walter and I, let's get into this MLW thing, because at the end of the day, there were 2 matches on this show. 2 matches. That was it. There was an MLW Middleweight Championship match that started things off as Templario defended the title against Kushida, the Time Splitter. Banger of a match. Just everything that you would imagine it being between these 2 guys. Walter was impressed that I pointed out the fact that Templario was working the right side, as is the tradition in Lucha Libre, while Kushida was working the standard left side that you see people working in professional wrestling. I think Walter was surprised that I knew that little stat and pointed it out as play-by-play.
Very good.
Match ended with Kushida getting the championship, getting the victory, your new middleweight champion, but that was not the story.
The curveball.
The story was, after the match, the Contra graphic flickered and Akira Kwan came out and looked like he was taunting Kushida that, he wanted to be next in line. Gets in the ring, and he turns and starts stomping Templario. And then Kushida starts stomping Templario. Your new member of Contra, the Time Splitter Kushida.
Oh, whoa!
Kushida turned heel, and we were both like, is this the first time Kushida has been heel?
I think so, honestly.
Yeah, I don't remember him being heel in TNA, so.
No, he never was heel in TNA, and as far as I know, he was never heel in New Japan Pro Wrestling either. This is a first.
So it was like, wow, okay. And then it was made official when he came out for the Battle Riot match, which is a 40-man Royal Rumble style match.
Yes, of course.
Before he entered, the Contra graphic showed up. He was wearing the Contra t-shirt and everything. So it is official. Kushida is a member of the Contra unit now.
Good grief, that Contra unit is becoming as big as NWO Japan.
Well, and me and Walter were kind of talking about it because I made a little connection. It ended up getting shot because we saw there were other Contra members that didn't fit this, but it was like, is K in the name like part of the gimmick? Because you have Kwan, Kai, Kushida, Cruel, but then you had Baba Thunder, you had Simon Gotch, Baba Thunder, formerly known as Daba Kato.
It's the most stupidest name ever.
Debo Keto. Avocado, what? I like avocado on my toast.
Yeah.
I made the joke like a lot of them are Japanese. I was like, how can, and Konami is like right there. I was like, why don't one of them use a finisher and call it the Konami code from like
Because
the Capcom up, down, down?
I don't think Mr. Hideo would approve of that, even though he does his own thing now. But I do get what you mean.
So from there, we got a little video package, and we saw Ikuro Kwan and Cruel in this little setting. And Cruel was looking at a laptop, and it basically was talking about Siege Major League Wrestling, except yes or no. And Cruel hit N for no and closed the laptop, seeming that he wanted to do things his own way. So Cruel has now left Contra.
What?
And that was kind of the story of the Battle Riot, because everybody in Contra unit was working to eliminate Cruel. We had some surprises. We had Killer Kross was number 1. Riddle was number 2.
Bro.
Fast forward through this, Kross is your new champion. He went the distance and won the MLW championship, which ironically enough, he showed up live on Revolver with the title. So he was on 2 programs the same night, one where he won the title, one where he came out with the title. His appearances roughly an hour apart. But the Battle Riot itself, like I said, the story of the match was Kruger, trying to get Cruel out. We had some of the standard fare for MLW in the match. The Good Brothers were in it. All 3 members of Gallus was in it.
Gallus boys on top!
I was waiting for that.
They did the faces of Foley with the.
I was getting to that. Hold on, Walter. I was getting to that. But the thing that dumbfounded us the most, and we do have a clip of it up on the Simply Reliable Studios Shorts thing, is Doc Gallows came back out later in the night as Festus.
I did see that.
Like he was doing the tongue thing. He had the look in the eyes. The crowd was chanting, ring the bell, ring the bell. What? Trevor Lee and everybody was like, no, don't ring the bell. Don't ring the bell. We know what's going to happen. Carl Anderson is looking at him like, what the hell are you doing, dude? Like, we're supposed to be, the Good Brothers, Bullet Club. We're supposed to be these badasses, and you're coming out here as Festus.
What?
Carl Anderson gets eliminated from the match. Dijak and Dyer, the skyscrapers, are cornering Festus because he's still in his dormant state.
Oh my.
So Anderson goes, rings the bell. Festus becomes unleashed. Ends up getting eliminated, and then Anderson rings the bell to put him back into the dormant state. But just the fact that in 2026, we talk about things we never thought we'd see on our bingo card. The fact that Festus was in the Battle Riot, and me and Walter were both like, dude, the fact that they didn't have Jesse as the next entrant, I think was a missed opportunity.
Hell yeah.
But
wow.
That pretty much wraps up the MLW show as I bring Nick in, and I say again, reiterating, wasn't here. Nick, do not say anything about the announcement.
No.
Mikey doesn't know about it yet. Jeff is going to be joining us. He doesn't know about it yet. We are waiting for Jeff to get here to do the announcement again.
I don't know anything. I don't know what you're talking about.
Good. So, that having been said, that was more or less the MLW show. Walter, is there anything else that you want to add that maybe I left out?
No, but Matt Riddle and Kross. Riddle was pretty much there till the end. I think he was part of the last 3 or something.
Yeah, I think he was at least part of the final 4. Him and Kross went the distance. And I pointed out when Kross came out at number 1 that there was a lot of people that were talking, when Kross was in WWE about didn't want to sell for people, didn't want to bump for people, etc. And it's like, what better way to kill those rumors than to make him start at number 1 and have to go the distance? Because unless you run out of the ring and hide under the ring, you have to sell and bump for people.
And you damn sure did.
Yeah,
a lot.
And then, like I said, he shows up on MLW or on Revolver less than an hour later to take on Bear Bronson. I will touch on that. I saw that match, and I saw the world title match with Myron Reed defending the title against, who did he defend it against? I forget. It's crazy because the person he defended against is now the champion. I'm forgetting who freaking beat him for the title because Alan Angels cashed in his golden ticket, turned it into a triple threat, and then Myron Reed ended up losing the Revolver championship. But there was apparently a point in time last night prior to that match where the Rascals were the tag champions, the 24/7 champion, and the world champion, and all of them had gold. But, Thursday night was one of those nights we talk about here on the channel quite a bit, that if you couldn't find something in wrestling to enjoy that evening, get out of the fandom, because there were 3 completely different shows on, all different styles of wrestling, whether it's battle royal, whether it's technical graps, whether it's a little bit of comedy,
all the graps.
That there was a little bit of everything. It was cruel. You're right. In the chat, it was cruel. So Cruel became the MLW or the Revolver champion, while Kross took his MLW championship, which is kind of crazy to think about, because now that we know Kross has technically defeated Cruel, even though he was eliminated long before the bell sounded, maybe Kross will come after Cruel's Revolver championship now. Yeah. Noah, Ash, Mikey, Nick, anything that you want to ask or add based off of what you've heard?
Yeah, I mean, the Battle Riot's always been a definition of a clusterfuck before GCW had a clusterfuck. So I'm not surprised one bit in the slightest with the fact that you got a bygone WWE relic. I guess Luke Gallows had too much to drink before this and forgot what he was as far as Big LG. But that being said, outside of that, not really. I mean, Killer Kross, good for him. Now the MLW Heavyweight Champion. Curious to see where that run goes. I would love to see him and Dijak mix it up, but as long as the Skyscrapers hold the tag gold, it might be a little while before I see that. And as far as the Battle Royale itself, the Gallus boys there, I mean, go after the tag gold, try and run roughshod, turn that into their kingdom. Hearing, I wonder if Gallus even came out to their classic War Drums theme for SUK. That would have warmed my heart, but it sounds like overall it was a pretty fun stuff. And shout out again to Rachel Lade that we interviewed earlier. You told me she also was part of the Battle Riot showcase.
She was.
Coming out.
She was. Don Gatto, the tequila sponsor, came out. There was a person portraying Don Gatto, and in his entourage were 2 gorgeous women, one of which was Rachel Lade, who we interviewed earlier tonight.
Yeah, I mean, she's been dancing alongside Rich Swann, and she's doing
was very much like an Eddie Guerrero entrance, the low rider, the mamacitas, and everything.
Totally. And other than that, I mean, Kushida going heel. Yeah, that was not on my bingo card. It does make me wonder, though, could we see him show up in New Japan Pro Wrestling possibly as a heel character now, maybe in Best of Super Juniors eventually, or coming back to maybe go after that WPG Heavyweight Championship. Kushida and heel, I never thought I would put in the same sentence. So that intrigues me. Other than that, sounds like you had an interesting time.
It definitely was. I think we'll try to do more MLW this year. The problem is that MLW always runs on Thursdays and it's on YouTube.
Yeah.
So it's like, while YouTube is free to watch, sometimes we're busy doing other things, and there's always the ads and whatnot.
Yeah.
Again, like Jeff pointed out, Happy the Kross, happier for his mother. We saw his mom in attendance who had just beaten cancer.
I saw that too.
He dedicated the title victory to her, gave her the title belt. Apparently, it was the first time she's seen him wrestle live. And he was happy that he won. You know, Scarlett was with him, of course. You know, it was definitely an emotional moment. You could see the emotion on both their faces.
That's beautiful.
I'll say that
You were going to
I'm
say
just
Walter.
glad that- Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, Mikey. Everyone's stepping over each other. You were going to say Walter, and then we'll go to Mikey.
No, I was just reiterating. She got emotional as hell. Like, it made me get emotional.
Go ahead, Mikey.
I'm just glad that, you know, post WWE things are going well for, you know, for Kross and you know, to hear Riddle coming out, and you know, I'm glad he's still doing his thing, and you know, Anderson and Gallows are doing their thing. So, you know, just because you leave the big time, that doesn't mean you're not going to work. I mean, there's other places to go, and
when we got to like the final 6 or 7, pretty much everybody in the reign was an ex-WWE talent or TNA because Hammerstone was in it. You know,
Nice.
Austin Aries was in the Battle Riot. There's another former TNA World and X Division champion.
There's never heard in a while. Oof.
You know, Jesus Rodriguez, the former Ricardo Rodriguez, was in it wrestling. People laugh, but people forget he was Chimera on the independent scene before he became Alberto Del Rio's personal ring announcer.
That's fair.
He does have a wrestling history, you know, and I always enjoy tuning into MLW and getting to see him in the occasional match because it's like, oh yeah, Chewy can wrestle. I forgot about that. You know? Jeff's like, oh, I missed Chewy. Fuck. But yeah,
He
the
was a great
Gallus
one. I
boys,
liked him.
former WWE superstars, Gallows and Anderson, former WWE TNA superstars, Riddle, Kross, Shotzi is there. You know, there was a backstage segment. Shotzi walked by Cruel, gave him a look. I told Walter on commentary, I wish Shotzi would give me a look like that. You know?
Right?
Janai Kai is over there. She's not WWE or TNA or anything, but she's definitely one to watch. We've talked about her a few times, the Kick Demon.
Yep.
But there's a lot of names in that Battle Riot that I think you would recognize, Mikey. You might want to go back and give it a look. Again, Kushida, former TNA champ, X Division champion, if I'm not mistaken. So the independents are definitely the place to go. You know, somebody was asking me what it was I liked about the independents so much. And I told them, I was like, it's the fact that you get to see people that you can invest in.
Yeah, exactly. By the
You
way,
know, you may watch a company or a promotion because there's a couple of names that you recognize.
yeah.
You know, going back in time, kind of like when me and Mikey went to UPW for the first time or to PWG for the first time. You know, we knew AJ Styles, we knew Christopher Daniels, we knew Samoa Joe and PD Williams and all those TNA X Division guys. But then we discovered Kevin Steen, El Generico. Wonder what happened to that guy. Scorpio Sky, Joey Ryan, Scott Lost, Chris Bosch, Super Dragon, Davey Richards. You know, and some of those names people recognize from other companies now. Some of them never really got past the indie scene. But you find these guys because of the names that you do recognize, and then you end up investing in and becoming fans of the other guys. I've still got a Scorpio Sky t-shirt in my closet from a PWG show that I went to. I've still got Joey Ryan t-shirts. I know he's a taboo name. Not bringing it up for that. Don't want to go there.
Please don't.
But at the time, he wasn't in all that stuff. You know, that era of his career hadn't happened yet when I invested money in him. When we first saw the Young Bucks for the first time. You know, before they became Generation Me. was in those things. And now look at where they are. So it's just one of those things, you know. Now in my closet, I've got Joey Janela shirts. I've got Charles Mason shirts. I've got Atticus Cogar shirts. Those could be the next Kevin Steen Owens, El Generico, Sami Zayn. You know, stars to get picked up from a major company. And I invested in them before they blew up.
Yeah, goes back to watching the journey of the industry blooming, much like, you know, what we were talking about earlier, my friend across the pond in the UK that keeps finding Mary J. By the way, IWGP Junior Heavyweight, ROH World Television, NXT Cruiserweight, MLW Middleweight. He was never X Division champion. Botch.
Apologies then, because he was primarily there when I was first getting back into TNA, so I didn't know if he had won it or not.
You're good.
I just assumed he had, so.
Well, he's won every other junior heavyweight accolade you could think of from the companies, but primarily based out of New Japan Pro Wrestling. While he did have a stint as part of Time Machine with Motor Machine Guns, never got the gold.
Fair enough then, fair enough. So, now that we've killed a little bit of time, Noah, why don't you talk about Ring of Honor MPX Global Wars?
All right. Well, as Ring of Honor always does with Global Wars, whether it's a different domain or a different company they collab with, it was a great showcasing primarily of the young, growing, hungry talent in the promotion they're working with. In this case, it was Metroplex Wrestling. To your point, Athena works heavily now with the promoter after their 2-year renaissance, and we got former MPX champion showcase. We had a brand new MPX champion crown, previous MPX women's championship showcase, the current champion showcase, the return of Abaddon, still as creepy as ever. And overall, I thought it was a pretty fun 90 minutes. Started off with mixed 8-person mayhem. You might as well say 10-4, though, because Anthony Angogo, the newest member of Exchange Taylor Promotions, Christian XO, by the way. Man, AEW sure loves those tall athletes from an athletic background. They were in the corner of the infantry and Shane Taylor, who worked against Daniel Diamond, Carrie J. Wright, the former MPX Women's Champion, LVJ, and Risa Clark. Excuse me, Risa Clark's the former Women's Champion. Primarily a lot of back and forth, a lot of outside interference that you would expect, but a little bit of the infantry working against LVJ, who I believe is a former tag team champion, but things really picked up with the women primarily, Trish Adora and Risa Clark. It actually came down to those two towards the end after Wright managed to kick off Kevin Sean Dean and tag Risa Clark in, who tried to wipe out the entire Shane Taylor Promotions. In the end, though, Risa Clark was able to wipe out the infantry, but she got taken back in time with Lariat Tubman by Trish Adora, who picked up the win. Again, Christian XO got involved here as well. But Trish pinned Clark for the victory. So again, Shane Taylor Promotions, STP, Rumble, Batman, Rumble, and adding to their ranks, seems they're only becoming more dangerous than ever. Proving Ground was after that with Red Velvet versus one of my favorites of the independents, freelancer, decade-long video game programmer enthusiast, Bert Vixen, player one. Her and Red Velvet, I think it went just as long, now a little longer than her match with Athena. Of course, didn't go the full 10 minutes. But Red Velvet got some good offense in and went for the short arm scissor lock for most of this match, which I thought was smart since her left shoulder was heavily exaggerated with kinesio tape. But Velvet had a little daze out of a straightjacket hold. Vixen was able to drop down low to get a good pinfall, but was unable to get her. As Red Velvet collapsed in the ropes after a big boot, she was able to catch Burt Vixen on the run-in with a drop kick, then hit an elbow. And then out of nowhere, Burt Vixen exploded with a Blue Thunder. Shut the fuck up. Blue Thunder bomb. And that point on, they traded hands, traded elbows. But Red Velvet, coming from that boxing background, she nearly knocked her the fuck out. And when she had her on the ropes, pun intended, on her knees, she hit her with a bulldog and straight out of your mama's kitchen with the overhead blackbuster to hold the win. Undefeated still in Proving Ground. So good for Burt Vixen getting back-to-back Ring of Honor showcases, but also she's been involved with MPX, and of course they were in Arlington, Texas, and she is a huge mainstay freelancer name out of the Texas area. So I was really glad to see her in this match. And I'm quite surprised how far Red Velvet has come since beating Mercedes Monet for the Ring of Honor Women's World Heavyweight Championship. Gave her a whole new confidence and attitude. Your boy Chris McDaniels was backstage, hyping up Top Flight, of course, underneath his tutelage in Skyflight, saying that it's been far too long. Maybe it's time that they finally, get some gold around their way. So they called out Los Fashion Ingobernables, the Beast Mortal and Sammy Guevara, for a Ring of Honor World Tag Team Championship match. Now, whether or not that happens, stay tuned. We go in the tag team action with Big Bill and Brian Keefe, the bounty hunter, taking on Brada Kamai from Hawaii and Phil Shark. They're known as Surf and Turf. It was pretty one-sided, as you would expect. I do like the fact, though, that Surf and Turf have their own little tag finisher called the Harpoon, where they tried to long dart somebody into Big Bill, but Big Bill basically caught the Harpoon coming in. Back and forth, double standing moonsaults, though, on Brian Keefe, though, was the near fall for them. And basically, Big Bill choke slam Phil Shark on the apron, and then Keefe rocket launcher Kokeshi headbutt Phil back in the ring, and then tag me to Bill, stereo big boots, Big Bill, Brian Keefe win. So there was that. Then we go into actual MPX action with the MPX Women's Championship. Abaddon, the current champion, taking on the previous champion, Ray Lynn. It was not their first ever one-on-one encounter either, and people might remember Abaddon from the past when she used to be on Ring of Honor television and AEW. Ray Lynn was very smart on trying to work the left leg of Abaddon, heavily focusing on her knees, at one point even getting her into an Indian Deathlock, then turning that into a Boston Crab at one point. She would not fear Abaddon at all, but Abaddon was able to fight back with some strikes while hobbling like a living zombie girl, quite literally. And then basically we had, towards the end, Lynn tried to charge in with a right elbow, Abaddon for a clothesline, spinning slide slam for a 2 count, though, newly crowned new champion, but Sister Abigail type move by Abaddon allowed her to retain. She tried to go for it at first, but her knee gave out, and Lynn hit her a pump kick. That was Lynn's closest near fall that match. And then the flatliner basically allowed Abaddon to retain while she was hobbling out of the ring. So good showcase for Ray Lynn. And then from there to a former MPX champion, Exodus Prime. People might remember that name from previous Ring of Honor showcases. He took on Tiger Style, the longest reigning Ring of Honor pure champion, Lee Moriarty. Lee Moriarty and Exodus Prime had a very good back and forth. Of course, it was pure rules. And of course, Ash, you know what that means. 3 rope breaks, of course. Then pinfall submissions are legal inside the ropes. The first rope break wasn't used till close to 10 minutes in, which really went to show how well these two were able to try and basically outmatch one another in a test of grappling, and size and speed dynamics being very similar. It was very back and forth. But again, Lee was able to use Prime, own body momentum against him to force him to use his first rope break. Things continued from there as he basically focused on a leg and headlock, forcing Prime to use his second rope break, heavily focusing on the leg and the shoulders. As Prime went for a full Nelson, Moriarty was able to block that. And again, full Nelson slam finally connected for a 2 count. A nice modified overhead full Nelson slam. But then a roll through. He grabbed Exodus Prime again with a pop-up power bump. There was a lot of those, by the way, during this night. Transitioning into the single crab, forcing Lee Moriarty to actually use his first rope break earlier on. But again, Lee Moriarty, there's a reason why he's the longest reigning Ring of Honor pure champion in Ring of Honor history now. He was able to get him with a butterfly side slam and grab the pin. Bump via pinfall. And it seems like he's doing his own thing versus STP, as STP was not out there at all to congratulate him or endorse him. They've kind of been at odds in a little bit, but it's still a pretty good back and forth match. Went into the double digits on the timer. And then Smart Mark Sterling apparently trying to make a deal with the Swirl, Lee Johnson and Blake Christian, as they're going to go up against Ring of Honor. I know. Ring of Honor World
Still
Champion.
one of the stupidest tag team names I've ever heard of. The
Chocolate and
Swirl.
vanilla, JJ. Chocolate and vanilla.
Just
Basically,
get him a female manager, then they can be Neapolitan.
oh, bloody hell. You know what? I walked right into that one. And actually, folks, he's not wrong.
You should get him the Pink Princess, Alex Garcia.
Pink Green, but I do understand what you mean. That being said, previously an 8-man tag playoffs was set up for next week. We then go into the MPX Championship as Jalen Cavins defended the gold against the man he took it from. You all might remember this name, JD Griffey. JD Griffey, of course, bringing MMA background into play here, heavily watched, which I know you would have enjoyed. Kevin's a lot of spontaneous energy. He's a high flyer. At one point, though, there was a gut buster on the ring apron, though, by JD Griffey that stopped Kevin's dead in his tracks. As he went for an arm block, Griffey was able to take Kevin's as he was trying to escape and drop him on his head. Then he went for a slam, but Kevin was able to counter into a DDT. He was trying to go for his big finisher after a Tiger feint kick, a 450 splash, and JD Griffey was able to kick out. And then Kevin's continuing the attack. He was able to get a double stomp on the sternum, charge forward in the apron, but this was kind of his undoing. He went for another splash from the top, didn't land it, allowed Griffey to come back with a package shoulder breaker, and a brand new MPX champion was crowned. We actually had a title change. JD Griffey is once again the MPX champion, which led into our main event, MIT's Athena, Lily Starks, and Diamante, taking on the Ring of Honor Women's Pure Champion, Deonna Purrazzo, and Texas's own High-End and Maya World. Of course, Maya World, who's been heavily trained by Athena in and out of ROH and MPX. And that was kind of the story more so of this match, especially since the post-match assault previously on the previous week of Ring of Honor that led to the 6-woman tax far away, as Athena challenged Maya World to find some porcelain hussy from the back. Well, Deonna Purrazzo is far more viable than that. It was a very dynamic 6-way. Everyone got, well, basically proverbial trope. Everyone got their shit in. It was really good, though, when MIT was able to isolate particularly Maya World for good trios offense. Here, Athena keeping control of the match for the most part. When Deonna Purrazzo finally got in, though, to mix it up with Athena. Now I want to see these two go one-on-one. I want to see freaking Athena lose the title to Deonna Purrazzo, become a champ again. At one point, though, Diamante, she was more so legal in the match, and then she was squared up with the Purrazzo, who trapped a Fujiwara armbar. Billy Starks came in for the save. In the end, High-End in My World hit a Goribon special on Billy Starks, but Athena broke up the pin. Both teams at this point had a nice near fall to some triple cohesion. And then all hell broke loose, basically, from that point. High-End went after Athena, who caught her. Purrazzo interrupted. Athena hit a double face buster. Gone in Diamante. They laid out everybody. Starks hit a senton, but Maya World broke up the pin at the last possible second. Purrazzo literally booted the freaking face off somebody, as she does with that pump kick. Go check out the podcast, folks. Boots and Boots, Steve Macklin. And the brawling continued on the outside. We were isolated with the two legal women inside, which was Billy Starks and Maya World. Starks went once again for a swanton, but as we see so many times, she does that more than once. Someone gets the knees up and it goes right into the back of her damn head and neck. Ugh. And that being said, roll up win. Maya World pinned Billy Starks and stuck it to Athena and MIT, and Athena was absolutely apoplectic. Once again, Billy Starks on the losing side for Athena and her crew. I'm not sure how much more Athena can handle this, and that's how we ended the show. As far as I'm concerned, none of those three are worthy of challenging Deonna Purrazzo for the Pure title, and I think Maya World just took one step closer to maybe confronting Athena for the Ring of Honor Women's World Championship, and Billy Starks might soon enough be put back in MIT detention. But that was Ring of Honor Global Wars with MPX. Great showcasing of the MPX champions and the talent for Metroplex Wrestling out of the Texas area. And, of course, the group shot afterwards with the MPX, Tarlicon, Athena, ROH Contingency. It really goes to show how special that was for everybody. And for Athena personally to get this talent showcase on a grander stage with a larger audience and a longer history like Ring of Honor. And it was a fun 90 minutes overall.
Did Noah even breathe during that entire speech?
Of course I did. What made you think I didn't?
You just kept going, man. I thought I almost had to interrupt you so you could take a breath. That was impressive.
It's nothing what I usually do.
You do have a tendency sometimes to go off like an auctioneer, and just be able to keep going, like the Micro Machine Man.
Mm-hmm. I've been hearing that many a times from the No DQ review. But yeah, that was Ring of Honor, and I enjoyed the show, and Lord knows, I don't mind calling the show by myself ever.
Okay. It sounds like it was a good show. I know that Billy Starks took to social media afterwards, was like, I wonder if I can join the Rascals. They're a lot more fun, and she posted an image of Athena like screaming her head off.
Yeah, honestly, Billy, that's not a bad idea.
But that ended up not being the only bad news for Billy this weekend, but we'll get into the J Cup in a little bit. Do want to take a small break here. I'm not going to run any ads or anything, but figured, while we wait a few more minutes, and he went off camera. I was going to say, while we wait a few minutes for Jeff to get here, we can start letting Statboy discuss. Oh, he was going to go to the bathroom. Go to the bathroom real quick.
Okay.
There
Well,
you
I
go.
wanted to keep it
I was
private.
going to let him start talking about the Super Bowl, but he can run to the bathroom real quick and then come back about that. I will rewind a little bit here. I'm not going to go into great detail about the show because I don't remember everything, but the Superpower Slam that was held last week,
Oh, yeah, it's JC
the show for the neurodivergent community, all in all was a pretty fun show overall. I mean, they're doing an auction, some ring-worn items and autographed items and experiences to try to help raise money for the charity. You can win a signed screwdriver by Mance Warner. You can win a lobster dinner with Joey Janela. You can win the opportunity to go inside the mind of Brett Lauderdale. You can win a autographed ring-worn vest from Billy Starks. You can win the boots of Willow Nightingale from the first ever Blood and Guts women's match.
That's cool.
Which they showed those on the screen. You can see thumbtacks in the bottom of them, blood on the bottom of them.
Jeez.
It's like, hey, that's a heck of an opportunity. I told people, I was like, dude, if I had the disposable income, I would try to win those boots, knowing how much I love me some Willow. But I don't have the disposable income, so.
Disposable income in this day and age? Give me a break.
But the show was good. It was Jonathan Gresham's first match back since his stroke, as he went toe-to-toe with Tyga Style Lee Moriarty.
Yes.
Yo, that sounds like it's gonna fucking slap. Holy shit, that
Accurate.
happened. What the damn, I gotta go catch that match.
Here's the thing, though, and I'm not going to say this to try to talk people out of seeing it because I did enjoy it, but I can also understand where Ryan and James were coming from on the match because it was very slow-paced, very not Jonathan Gresham.
Okay.
There was a lot of stalling in the match. The match never felt like it really got out of second gear. I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that it was his first match back after the stroke.
I was
He
about to
wanted to
say.
give him somebody safe to work, somebody that he knew, somebody he probably had experience with, somebody that, they could take things a little bit easy, maybe hit some of the greatest hits, but they didn't have to go full tilt.
Right.
The match did go to a time limit draw. So, there's that, but it felt very slow paced compared to what people are used to when it comes to Gresham.
I don't mind a slow paced match. I'm okay with that. A slow paced technical match. I mean, hello.
Well, but that's the thing is like it's one thing if it's a slow, methodical, technical match. It's another thing when it's stalling.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I felt like a lot of it was stalling. And it was the same thing in his first round match for the Jersey J Cup and the quarterfinal match in the Jersey J Cup. There were a little bit more comedic spots than you would traditionally expect from a Gresham match. I think to try to stall and, make people feel like, okay, well, we got a 15-minute match out of Jonathan Gresham, but 6 of those minutes were comedy.
Yeah, fair enough.
Like there was a thing, one of the matches today was against Darian Bankston. And Darian Bankston kind of does a little MVP thing where he does the ball in. there was literally a spot where a girl from the backstage area brought an invisible basketball out, tossed it back in the ring to Gresham. He's dribbling this imaginary ball, going between his legs and everything.
Yeah.
Like, this is all part of the match in the spot. I'm not joking with you.
Nope.
This isn't your standard Jonathan Gresham type of stuff, but I think it was done as a way to kind of get him over with the crowd again.
Okay.
Without having to be the octopus that
Fair.
we all know and love and expect.
That spot you just described, not gonna lie, sold me on the match because I love some comedy in my wrestling.
I was dead. I was dead because James was gone, so I had to do play-by-play. James was going through some stuff today. He wasn't able to be there for the entire show. He was able to come back in time for me to dip to do the interview. But me and Nick basically did a good chunk of the show ourselves.
Yeah,
but I had to
was by
carry the
himself.
thing, and like I am not making it up. Nick can attest to it.
Yeah, JJ was at one point. JJ was by himself, and I was in the chat, and I'm like, "Oh shit!" I messaged him. I'm like, "Yo, if you need me, I can come on." But
And I appreciate the fact that he did. But yeah, like the Jonathan Gresham then had to go against Charles Mason in the semis.
Yeah.
And that was a little bit more of the Jonathan Gresham that we know and love because we all know how psychotic Mason is. He's not going to give anybody a chance to breathe. And if he smells blood, he's going to go for blood.
Yeah.
So that was a little bit more the Gresham that we're used to. But I think the other two matches were like to try to save him to get to that point. Like an old car that you've got to go out and start and let it warm up for a little bit before you can drive it. I think it was that kind of thing with Gresham. Like, let's get him warmed up. Let's get the juices going before we get Jonathan Gresham.
It's fair.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that. Like, especially like after like that health scare he had, it's probably for the best that you have him ease into it before we like get him to, like what we really know him as.
Yeah. But look, Datilla in the chat saying that she has the same hat.
Hey.
Pledge allegiance to the hot mess.
Rightful
But yeah,
leader
the
of America.
Superpower Slam was a good show overall. You had Effie versus Billy Starks for the JCW title. You had Atticus Cogar versus Bear Bronson for the GCW title in a match that Ryan described as, and I quote, overbooked fuckery. But what do you expect? It's a charity show. You want to have fun spots. You don't want Atticus to look weak. You don't want Bear to look weak.
Big Ben.
So you had Vandal 48 getting involved. You had Bear's wife, Gabby Forza, the Nomi, getting involved. You had all these different pieces, playing into things. You had Effie and Allie Catch getting involved because Allie has a shot at Cogar next weekend. So there was a lot of different stuff going on in that match, but again, overbooked fuckery is how it was described. I wasn't mad at it though. Overall, I'd give the show a 7 out of 10, a 7.5 out of 10. I was sports entertained by it. Main event was Jet Speed versus Genesis. Apparently, there were chants of, and I'm not joking when I say this, apparently this has become a thing since they've been teaming with Heyman, but horsecocks.
Yeah, that's another name for their trios team other than
Instead of Jet Set Rodeo.
Yes, exactly.
God.
MOJ literally almost announced them as that, but Kevin Knight was like, no, don't do it.
Glad someone was.
But yeah, that was humorous. Jet Set Rodeo, Jet Speed picked up the dub over Genesis. Not really surprised there. They are 2/3 of the trio's champions.
You know, Janela knows when he needs to lose to put people over and make them look good. Megan Bain's got no problem doing the same.
Oh, absolutely.
We saw that last year with the Battle Royal when they put Brody Lee Jr. over. So, you know, as unstoppable as the Megasis should be, they also know when the right time is to put someone over, and that was it.
All hail
and
the
they did
Megasis.
good. But yeah, all in all, that was a very fun show.
Nice. I love the fact that Kevin Knight and Megan Bain got to mix it up, because I want to see how that dynamic works between her soaring lariat and freaking drop kick capability of Kevin Knight that puts LeBron James hops to shame. So again, it's always one of those things where I see Kevin Knight in the ring. He's one that I watch out for. But Kevin Knight and Megan Bain, now I want to see that intergender singles match.
Right. And GCW is the type of place where we could get it. I don't think that Tony will book it.
It depends on the situation. We don't have a mixed tag feud right now with Mega Bad and some male counterpart versus Jet Speed. I forgot the name already. Jet
Set Rodeo.
Jet Set Rodeo. I'm thinking of freaking Sega game. Damn you, Speedball Mike Bailey, a freaking Sega gamer after my own freaking joy. But still, sounds like some cool stuff. But yeah, again, it's just amazing how much there's going on right now in professional wrestling. That's just so good. And that's what's really important, to find joy in professional wrestling. And while we covered everything Thursday through freaking
today,
now, I mean, Wednesday, Dynamite, Las Vegas, heck of a show right there. Kenny Omega, Andrade El Idolo, the freaking ending. I cannot wait to see how MJF responds to this at Grand Slam, which, ironically enough, folks, is literally this upcoming Saturday. So stay tuned for more on that. And
Saturday.
I love it. And of course, I also look at the fact that I don't work Tuesday nights, but there's one thing I can't believe in, and we'll just go ahead and share it right now, because Attila doesn't work Tuesday nights. I don't work Tuesday nights. This man may work Tuesday nights, but he more so breathes Tuesday nights, because I do believe JJ's brand has a brand new NXT champion, don't it?
Yes, it does.
Who would that be?
Big ups to Sky.
Oh, that would be just the man that I know you're going to have me name, just to see if I'm going to favor this. So I'll go ahead and say it one time and one time only. Ladies and gentlemen, your brand new NXT champion is 250 pounds of pure motivation. The answer to all these questions. Former TNA World Champion, WrestleMania TNA Champion presenter, former Royal Rumble participant, signed NXT superstar for the first time ever, Joe Hendry. I can't fucking believe they pulled the fucking trigger. All these nobodies from Evolve and Saints, and freaking Joe Hendry is the NXT champion?
Now you gotta say it. No, I believe in NXT.
Don't push your
Joe, not his NXT.
All right.
Joe Hendry is the champion, and somehow it's still not his NXT.
You got a long way to go yet. The year just started, and there's still a lot of crap that I don't agree about that brand, nor forgive it for, by the way, for the past year. But this
Attila
is a nice
has a question for you there, Noah.
What? What about the that just said it was Kevin and Kushida? Well, I'm guessing since, you know, NJPW, AEW, no longer NJPW, I think the team just went their separate ways. They wanted to find new paths. Kushida found a path being a heel. Now he's a middleweight champion. And Kevin Knight's one of the rising stars they are heavily showcasing in AEW, including highlighting. By the way, good idea to finally highlight the young up-and-coming talent again in AEW, where you're finally trying to push people below 40 damn years old to actually be main eventers. You know, another
early bold prediction.
What's up?
Joe Hendry will have either the World Heavyweight title or the Undisputed or the Universal title by the end of 2026.
That's bold.
It's not Universal. That is bold. It's the undisputed WWE Championship and the World Heavyweight Championship.
It ain't undisputed either.
It
There's
is
2
undisputed
titles.
because they still call it that. I don't give a fuck if there's 2. We just heard CM Punk and Roman Reigns fucking bury the undisputed WWE Championship. So namesake be damned, even if it's irrelevant, it's still called it.
It's
See
not
what
the
you did?
undisputed championship.
Fucking hell.
I'm sorry, but if there's 2 championships, it is no longer undisputed. I don't care if it's still in the name. It is
Exactly.
disputed.
The word undisputed means you can't debate it. Like it's undisputable. This is
WWE
disputable.
has not had an undisputed thing since Undisputed Era that more so defined the freaking word.
Mhm.
Anyway.
And that, my
all
friends,
gold,
is undisputed.
baby. I just got done watching that. My NXT!
Ooh, what show
NXT
did you guys
TakeOver.
watch?
What?
What show was that?
NXT TakeOver 25.
Ooh, that was a good show.
Let's be honest, was it really a bad TakeOver show?
They will know because we're gonna get together and we're gonna have to plan this. But we're about to go through a library of all the takeovers.
All 36 of them. Shayna Baszler on Chris Fenley's podcast talked about again how it was the best. It was peak wrestling. Not a single thing during that era was bathroom break or not interesting to a professional wrestling fan. It was aggressive. It was unapologetic. It was ruthless. It was full-on, in-your-face, heavy metal excitement levels of in-ring action. And I dare someone to dispute that.
Man, I miss every Wednesday at my apartment, just me, my yellow socks, wearing my 21 Pilots shirt with my black cat watching NXT.
I mean, I used to rock the NXT Championship, and then when it came to NXT UK on Thursdays, I had the Lean General side plates on my NXT UK Championship.
Oh, nice.
And I do get what you're saying. I mean, when I was once a wee lad, I actually did used to buy WWE gear when I wasn't so frugal. And as soon as that NXT died, I pretty much stopped buying wrestling stuff altogether and focused more on myself and my household and my 403B. And the thing, I don't even know what 34 is, but my birthday is this coming Tuesday.
We started talking about NXT and the Cleavers in the chat.
Oh, that's a good shout. Yeah,
That's my
good.
brother from another mother that bleeds black and gold and black and red as much as I do. When I freaking met him in Cleveland in our respective championships. Nothing but love to you, man.
Although, in all fairness, there's some good in this current age of NXT. So
the black and chrome has shown a little bit of light. I will admit to that. A little bit. Anyway. In other news, Roman Reigns, CM Punk fucking buried SmackDown, Drew McIntyre in the Undisputed WWE Championship. Go figure. But there's your first match of 14 for WrestleMania weekend for actual WrestleMania 42. That will likely be the main event because it's Roman Reigns.
Is it night 1 or night 2?
I
Probably
can't
night
imagine
2.
it not be a night 2. It's got to be night 2. Do you really think someone's going to book something bigger in WWE than Roman
I
Reigns?
don't know. You never know, but the way this company books sometimes. Like,
Roman Reigns is the guy competing for a singles championship at WrestleMania, and when it comes to WWE, they don't book anything bigger than that for WrestleMania.
That's fair. Well, in the chat, Chris, apparently an East Coaster, says Super Bowl Sunday tonight.
Woo-hoo.
So we're going to take a quick second to deviate so that Statboy can get all this talk in before Jeff joins us, before we do the big announcement and before he has to dip. Right. Statboy, go ahead and take over. Talk about the Super Bowl a little bit. No disrespect, but I'm going to use this opportunity while you talk about the Super Bowl to go take a liaki.
Okay, fine. This is it right here. This is the culmination right here. These two teams, the Patriots, the Seahawks. It's a rematch actually from a few years back. And the hype, of course, is can the Patriots win the Super Bowl without anybody with the names Brady or Belichick to assist them? So we've got, the young upstart, Drake May. He's the quarterback for the Patriots. In this household here, we have a very slight leaning towards New England because in our circle of family and friends, we have a player, number 28, Alex Austin, who is a cornerback, but he is on special teams. He is playing in his first Super Bowl, so we have to give our love to him. I mean, we've chased his career. In fact, when he was getting finished with his college career, he put it out on social media. I read the letter to the world on a Sports Bar episode, and then we found out he got drafted to Buffalo, and then that went south, and now he's found a home in New England. So, Alex, go get that ring, brother, because you deserve it. The game is scheduled to start at 6:30 on NBC Peacock. We're going to go live at 5:30.
Sweet.
We'll do an hour of pregame stuff, throw out whatever stats we can, last-minute news.
Noah will be there about 5 minutes till.
Damn right.
So he'll be there at like 6:25.
Yeah, probably. I mean, I'll get him as close to kickoff.
That's the way Noah is.
It was 11 years ago when they first played, where they did the stupidest play in the world, and it still haunts me to this day.
And that infamous play made the Watch Mojo list as well of the dumbest plays or the worst things that happen in the Super Bowl. I guarantee.
I'm telling you, sorry to interrupt. They just did not want Marshawn Lynch to be the hero. That's why they did it. It was a fuck you to him. The reason 100%. They did it is because that was the year that he kept doing the "I'm only here so I don't get fined. I'm only here so I didn't get fined. He brought all that negative attention to the Seattle media. Telling me, I've been watching this team since I was a kid. The Seahawks has always been my team, and I got made fun of my whole life. And then in 2015, people started, or 2014, people jumped on the bandwagon. But anyways, there was the stupidest thing. If they passed the ball to Marshall, they know he would have won, and he would have been the MVP and the hero. Well, they probably would have still gave it to Russell, but he would have been the hero of the game. And they did not want that. They didn't want, because he was the negativity. Roger Goodell. I wouldn't be surprised if Goodell told the owner of the Seahawks that, yeah, you better not do this, and that's why they went with that stupid play and they got it intercepted.
Indeed, and it's like, and we'll even talk about Belichick not getting into the Hall of Fame. That's a topic that needs to be discussed, even though it's been about a week old. I mean, we've Belichick bashed, we Brady bashed. Let's talk about that for like 20 minutes and see what happens with that. So I'm inviting everybody to come in to the Sports Bar, 5:30 tomorrow afternoon Eastern, 2:30 Pacific. Links will be provided. Give your comments, enjoy the game. And during halftime, we're all going to turn our TVs off because nobody wants to watch Bad Bunny.
Hey, that's not fair. He's a WWE superstar.
That makes me want to watch it even less. And also, you can't hate stuff you don't care about at all.
Exactly.
I'll be watching AEW during the halftime show. Don't worry.
There you go.
Catch them on.
I'm still watching the halftime show.
Yeah, same. Listen, for as bad as everybody wants to say Bad Bunny is or is not, it's still gonna be an entertaining halftime show. So
100%. And if he does, the Super Bowl halftime shows is always like a medley of greatest hits. So if he does his Booker T song, that's going to bring more attention to the WWE. So it's very possible that he'll do that in the mix of all his songs that he does.
Yeah.
Yeah, I still don't care. I'll be anyway. All right. Yeah, I'll see you in 5 minutes. I'll see you in 5 minutes to kick off or whatever the fuck they call the coin thing.
The coin toss.
Yeah.
And for your thing, the league that you do, Mikey, who are the final two this year?
It's you versus Christopher
Rotz.
Mm-hmm.
So you're simply predicting, brethren, Noah, are the final two in his Stat Boy Pick'em League.
In fact, Jake, this is back-to-back years for you. You were in the final two last year as well.
Good Lord.
Which is hilarious because I could care less about football.
And it's like every year you say, it's like I keep bringing you back, and I will respect your decision. At the end of this season, if you don't want to play anymore, fine. But I'm leaning towards you're going to defend your title if you win.
Hell no, I'm one of them MFers that wants to take my championship and ride off in the sunset.
Can't lose. You got to retire with the title.
Maybe what Kevin Blackwood does, because he's supposed to be fighting Judas Icarus at Prestige Wrestling's final show. Judas defending the title. Not only is it Prestige's final show, but it's Kevin Blackwood's retirement match.
Oh.
So Blackwood could dethrone Icarus, and then the company folds, and he retires undefeated as champion.
Damn. That'd
That's
be
sick.
wild. I could see it. I could absolutely see it. But again, with your time of wrestling, hey, you got my interest back. But all right. Well, I guess we'll see what happens with that. Still crazy when you think about it, though, of how long Prestige has been going on, and all the great wrestlers we've seen from AEW, TNA, the Independents aside. I still go back and watch like Killer Kelly versus Masha Slamovich, Mustafa Ali, Konosuke Takeshita. It's been fun watching Prestige wrestling as a connoisseur of all things wrestling. Sundays when I got Jack Daly to do, or Saturdays I got Jack Daly to do before Collision, I just randomly go watch stuff on YouTube, and Prestige has definitely been on that, groundwork.
Have you given Juggalo Championship Wrestling a try?
It's too cartoony, goofy, way less professional wrestling in ring quality for me to keep up with. It's not my jam.
I figured it wouldn't be, but I was just curious if you had given it any kind of a chance, because I know on this week's episode, which I need to go watch, because of Cardona being signed, they did Ken Anderson versus James Storm for the vacant championship. So one of those two men are going to become the Juggalo Championship Wrestling champion. And with JCW being part of the collective, probably going to get to see one of those men defend the title.
You'll see an asshole or a cowboy drunk. But either way, I mean, hey, that's a TNA
The real
match.
cowboy shit, not the hangman.
Damn,
Look,
shots fired.
It's a whole different conversation for another day. But anyway, that being said, that was interesting. But yeah, this promotion is not something I would regularly watch. Like I've been
I
watching
understand that. I totally agree with you about how carny it is, but I think that's kind of why I like it. Because when you think about it, pro wrestling started in the carnivals, the circus.
I know. I used to
So
watch
the
wrestling.
fact that it does have that carny vibe to it, I kind of get a kick out of that. You know, they've got a tag team of literal clowns, the Brothers of Construction. They've got a tag team of zombies called the Outbreak. You know, they've got a character called the Rain Rat, making fun of all the groupies that hang around and chase wrestlers. You know, Willie Mack is there.
That's your boy.
You know, then you've got Cardona, former champion. Nick Nemeth has been popping in and out of there. Like I said, Anderson and Storm. They've got some decent talent over there.
They do.
You know,
I'm also
Madman Pondo, Matt Cross, the former M-Dog 20, who used to team with Josh Prohibition back in the day.
There's a throwback for you.
You know,
I've been primarily focusing on my usual stuff. Japan. I've been watching Old New to Beginnings, and I just caught up with Stardom show yesterday. Some point, Saya Kamatani is going to come after that IWGP Women's Championship again. Mark my words. Oh, yeah, that was another thing. Here's a spoiler for you, by the way, Ash. When we cover the New Beginning, if you're going to be part of that at the end of the month from Trenton, New Jersey. Athena has challenged Suri for the IWGP Women's Championship.
I saw that on the Twitter. That's gonna be fun. And I went on Twitter and I saw that freaking Tiger Driver off the top rope. I was like, oh Jesus, yikes! That was fucking gnarly.
Tiger Driver is no joke. That has literally broken men's necks in the past.
Oh my god, I've seen highlights of Starlight Kid and I absolutely love her. I want to see. I gotta. That's another wrestler I have to binge watch.
Yes.
Starlight Kid and Izumi as well.
The daughter of High Speed, Starlight Kid, former Wonder Stardom champion, just got through her 10-year anniversary last year, heavily influenced by the likes of El Desperado. And I do think Starlight Kid will have her moment with the red belt some point. Oh, sorry, folks. Spoiler alert. Some point down the line. Of course, the Cinderella tournament will soon be coming up here soon with the New Japan Cup, the respective single elimination tournaments for both New Japan and Stardom, which, of course, I look very forward to. But more so, I'm looking at Rina and Hina. And also Micah is back as well. So, again, I'm very curious to see who leads Stardom for this year outside the Phoenix Queen, who still holds the red belts. Unbelievably.
Fair enough. Really quickly, I did see it in the private chat. Walter, if you want to dip because of your headache, bro, go for it, because you can always go back and watch their reaction on the video.
Exactly.
It is going to be on your channel, dude.
Exactly.
Give your video a couple more views by going back to rewatch it.
Yeah, I think I'll do that because it's like weird. It's on my jaw too. It's the weirdest thing.
That's a migraine and a half right there if you're feeling it through the side of your jaw, bro. You definitely need some rest.
Pop you a couple of ibuprofen and go to bed, dude. That way you're good for Stat Boy in the Super Bowl tomorrow.
All right, brothers.
See you then. Again, folks, your helmet already. Subscribe to the Rage of Wrestling. There's the posters right there. Walter Ox Crews on the X, on the Blue Sky, if you still follow those guys clearly. On the Insta, Rage of Wrestling, on the YouTube. Adios, muchachos. All right. And then
there were 5.
Yes.
And then there were 5.
But hopefully soon to be 6.
I mean, we'll just keep on going through the week as it is. In other news, Braun Breaker believes there's a conspiracy theory against him. Who's the masked man? Who's the masked man? Who's the masked man? Good grief almighty. Who isn't a masked man in WWE when you can just hire any enhanced jabroni to play stunt double for Seth freaking Rollins? Come on, folks. Give me a break. You really don't think they're going to do Seth freaking Rollins versus Braun Breaker at WrestleMania at this point? Let's be real.
Well, there is a theory.
You got a point,
I'm not talking about Austin.
Yeah, the guy that has less pressure than a slow cooker.
There is a theory going around, and 2 names that have been thrown out there are Grayson Waller.
Can anybody hear JJ, or is it just me?
I hear him fine.
Grayson Waller.
Hold on.
Or Jake Paul.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Logan Paul's brother. Yeah, that's a good shout because he's been.
I know Jake is very polarizing for people, kind of like Logan is.
Politely with that boy.
But if Jake is willing to put in the same work that Logan does, I wouldn't mind seeing the Paul brothers challenge for the tag titles.
Oh, God.
I could see it.
Could definitely see
I
it.
mean, could you imagine Jake and Logan versus the Usos?
Ooh.
I know it's not something that you would be into, Noah, but I'm just throwing it out there as far as like money, that could be a pretty decent match.
Paul Brothers versus Lucha Brothers if they ever tag team again.
Well,
They
Penta
will.
right now is doing far better than Ray Phoenix, but at least Ray Phoenix did get a chance against Carmelo Hayes' United States Championship. But at this point, I can't believe I'm fucking saying this. I'd rather see a Battle of Americanos than the Paul Brothers versus the Usos.
We are going to get a Battle of the Americanos, and I'm going to love having you do commentary on that.
Fuck me! I'm not paying enough to do this shit. Hey, Louis Kaiser, Chad Gary, what the fuck's happened to you?
It's going to be the greatest thing ever. El Grande Americano versus El Grande Original.
Chad
And
Gale!
Noah's going to have to do the commentary.
Ah! What the fuck? Damn it. Anyway. Ay, my brain.
Even Charles knows that deep down, you want that match.
No, I don't. I want Ludwig Kaiser to maybe go after the Intercontinental Championship as himself, and I want Chad Gable to actually succeed as his own modern-day Kurt Angle freaking potential, not some fake-ass luchador.
Tell us how you really feel, Noah.
I was gonna say.
Look, I'm already in a bad mood as it is, all right? I'm trying my best to stay at a mild temperature, but soon enough, I might go nuclear. That being said, God bless it. Anyway, in other news, Steady Valkyrie beat Raquel. No surprise. Looking at it now, they don't got enough women to freaking challenge the World Championship picture of relevance. They're going to do a fatal four-way for that women's championship. Judgment Day versus Stephanie. It's got to be at this point. What the fuck else do you have on Monday Night Raw right now that could go after Stephanie? Like, seriously.
That's fair.
Good question.
So, yeah.
I mean, you've got the Bellas, but I think the Bellas are going to go after the tag straps.
There's a polarizing match
Yeah,
right there for
it
you.
looks like it's leading to that direction.
So Lash and Nia have no chance in hell. Good to know. Okay. Well, I mean, again, when those titles were first minted, it probably was for the Bellas before it was for Bayley and Sasha Banks. The Bellas just weren't in WWE at the time. But hey, if Brie can do it, and she wants to, good for her. You know, give her one nice little shining moment with her sister. I mean, why not? You know,
As long as I don't have to hear Brie mode again, I'm good. Just now that they're back together, let them dust off the "you can look but you can't touch." Let
yeah,
that be
they'll
their
come
team
out to
theme.
that. They'll come out to that as a combo, I'm sure, because I'm pretty sure the Bella Twins did that every time they were together. But I also agree about that because that makes T-Pain's ears bleed. The original man that gave us our tune in the first place. If you know, you know, freaking folks. Just
And
saying.
you can't even blame Def Rebel for that because that's not a Def Rebel theme.
Like I said, Def Rebel's not a 0% fuck up, but they only have a 12% success rate. But I will give you that much credit. That is not a Def Rebel theme. What is a Def Rebel theme that's been shoved down our throats this week is Oba Femi. What the fuck are they doing with that guy?
Yeah, I'm loving Oba.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I like Oba destroying every possible person possible, but they need to figure out what the fuck to do with him on the main roster versus arrive, march, destroy, leave. Because he's done it now on both Raw and SmackDown. Because I just got done watching the SmackDown highlights, courtesy of WWE matches on YouTube. Fuck television, USA and Netflix. So I know everything that happened on SmackDown. Again, folks, if you want to save yourself, let's see. Streaming services that offer a USA Network will run you anywhere from $40 to $80, and Netflix will run you anywhere from $8 versus $15 Canadian. Then go to WWE and subscribe today to WWE Matches and get your WWE fix on everything from the shows in basic parts and full-length match highlights and sections, courtesy of WWE_Matches Today on YouTube. The following day, they even post the pay-per-views. Links to them, but anyway, that's a whole different conversation. But yeah. So let's see here. Elimination Chamber. Does anyone want to place their bets towards who they believe should go after secondary champions for men and women via the Elimination Chamber? It's like, here you go. You failed the Royal Rumble. This is your last chance. Welcome to the B bracket.
I'm waiting.
It sounds like to me that they're going to book the chamber for winners for Jade Cargill and Drew McIntyre.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we know they're going to book for Drew McIntyre. The question is who's the women going to go for?
Who the fuck you got against Jade Cargill? Then again, any woman would be more interesting than her right now.
Jordan Grace?
What?
Jordan Grace?
She's facing her next week for the title.
You can still run it back.
Hold on a minute. I got to ask. You mean that bitch is finally going to have a title defense after 90 days?
That's correct.
And she's still going to have a title defense before the Blue
long?
Thunderbomb wins a match.
You know what's interesting, JJ? Despite the fact a wrestling movement never get a win, there are at least 15 champions more interesting than Jade Cargill alone in WWE.
Are you including the Evolve ones too?
Kendall Gray's on NXT, and she's more relevant than Jade Cargill and has been more active defending the title.
I saw that stat put out there on social media or something, and I'm like, has it been that long? I mean, she hasn't. What has she been doing besides beating and calling out Jordan Grace?
Much like the extra body of Evolution that never got relevancy, she's just a body that's just there posing.
Oh.
Tell us how you really feel.
But yes, Jordan Grace is challenging Jade Cargill next week. Much to your point, Ash, yeah, they probably will have a disqualification because this is WWE. Oh, hello there. I see a thing.
Yay.
Yes. Popping into the stream now, finally. Jeff Meacham is here.
What is up, fellas? And Ash, and by the way, Ash, I love your hat. And her and Ethan got a job. I'm pissed.
Thank you.
Damn it. Anyway, hi. Yes, I'm
Nice
here.
to see you, good sir.
Good to be seen as always.
Jeff, where the fuck have you been?
House of Mouse, mostly.
What the
That'll do it.
fuck?
House of Mouse. Being up at 10 o'clock last Saturday morning because the WWE hates us and had us at fucking Saudi. So fuck them for that.
I prefer those early shows. I will take them any day of the week.
I mean, it does allow me the rest of my day. I will say that.
Valid, but when you're in the middle of a 4 straight at Disney and having that, when you make commitments, whether I'd have been with you guys or with Greg or whatever, it's like, can I probably get a nap?
You get the nap afterwards because you've got plenty of time until Shenanigans.
Nope.
At least that's what Noah did.
Well,
Damn right.
Well, that's because Noah didn't have to go straight to the House of Mouse afterwards. So
This is
True.
true.
I work a Monday through Friday job. Thank the Lord for that.
yeah, no, I fucking feel that 100%. But you know what? I'm off today, and I still go to a theme park. So what do I know?
In Orange County.
In Orange County,
Owned
no
by a
right,
wall.
Yeah. Yes. Owned by yes, exactly. Owned by a wall, founded by a wall. But
Yeah, exactly.
I forgot how woosah that place is, and I'm here for it. Like we spent 3/4 of the day in Ghost Town, and I loved it. It was awesome. I think you may be able to prove this better than me. I got my first ever picture with just Charlie Brown today.
Nice.
I think. I had to go back and look in our archives, which in this house, not today.
First time for everything.
Not today, Satan.
Yeah. So, all right. I have kept the people that did not see the show prior to the show waiting long enough. I'm sorry for those of you at home that have been waiting on my ass to get home to have this announcement. So
You're forgiven.
well, you over there, fucking starting the show with a blue Dodger on. Like, dude, what do we do? If you're gonna bandwagon, grip onto it, motherfucker. Jesus. Oh wait, Dodgers, you did. That's fair. You know what? You were on pattern. So that's my bad for calling you out for being on pattern. My bad, dog.
I was going to say, because he got his first
warranted.
Angels thing after they won the World Series.
That one is warranted because I think this has also been the first time in a while where we're on the same stream. So he has to make up for lost time. So I'll give him that one.
Well,
the next one,
it's one of those.
Not so
I'm
much.
probably gonna have you and yours on in the background tomorrow because I can give a fuck about this game. If I'm being real,
I
don't
appreciate
give a
that.
shit about this football game tomorrow. I just. If the Patriots win, great. They did without Belichick, and I'm happy for them for it. If the Seahawks win, I could not give less of a fuck, to be honest with you. So I'll watch y'all's commentary. I'll watch the halftime show because even my mom's gonna come out of her room and watch the halftime show. So shit. But I digress.
Go ahead.
JJ, wrestling, please.
Yes. So the big announcement.
Mm-hmm.
Some of you that have been following the social medias, the SR Studios 2024X, have seen all the announcements we've been making lately.
And if you're not following that, you should be.
We had Rachel Lay earlier today on as an interview.
Nice.
We've announced Brittany Blake, the Poder Mania champion.
Oh, shit.
Is going to be coming February 21st.
Nice.
We've announced that longtime friend of the channel, Heather Lynn, the Poder Mania ring announcer,
so happy
will
for
be
that.
joining us February 28th.
That's awesome.
We've announced that Kaya McKenna will be joining us on March 7th.
But which color hair will she have is the question.
We've announced that Jocelyn Navarro will be joining us on March 21st.
Ah, shit.
We haven't officially announced, but this isn't the big announcement. But La Leona Alejandra Quintanilla will be joining us on March 28th.
Right on.
But all of those pale in comparison to the announcement.
Many times in life, we find ourselves asking that $1 million question.
What if? What if?
We asked for that promotion.
What if?
We asked the cute boy or girl out at school.
What if?
We took a stance for something we believed in. Well, for us here at the Simply Reliable Studios, that
What if?
has finally come to fruition.
Most fans attend wrestling shows for the spectacle, the entertainment, and to get lost in the battle of good and evil. But no one told me that when I went to a pro wrestling event, it would change my life forever. When I was 8 years old, I told my parents that being a pro wrestler was my dream, and I needed to find a way to cross over the guardrail from being a fan in the front row to being a champion in that ring one day. But a dream means nothing unless there is action. So I went to work, because a dream without action remains, well, just a dream. So I trained in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu dojos just to get better in the ring. I worked in pro wrestling media just to be in front of a camera. School? Yeah, I finished high school early just so I can train full-time in professional wrestling. You want long-term storytelling? Well, this story has been 10 years in the making. And now, I'm not just crossing the guardrail, I'm tearing it down. For every person who ever looked at that ring and saw their future, I'm proof that it's real. That with heart, hustle, and hell-bent determination, you can turn the dream into destiny. This isn't just my story. It's my era. And I'm just getting started. But the real question is, where?
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Saturday, April 4th, everybody's BFF, Izzy Moreno, joins the Saturday Shenanigans.
Very, very good. Wow. Good job.
Wow. Okay. There are questions. First of all, is she going to be part of the Pottermania show that's in Vegas?
Yes, she is.
So she's working in Vegas WrestleMania week.
Yes.
God damn.
Before you go further, everybody that I announced is part of the Pottermania show.
Yeah, I saw the logo. I just want to make sure I clarified it.
Yes.
That's awesome. So first of all, good on her for getting booked in the town for WrestleMania week. That's a step and a half closer, not gonna lie. Also, I need to make sure the boy doesn't have concrete plans, because that's Dylan's birthday. So it's like, if you want to go hang with your friends, I'll be on the Shenanigans. He's turning 18 though. It's like, fuck, oh god, I'm conflicted.
So she'll be turning 19 about a month later. So
isn't that crazy? You see those clips from NXT. You see her with Seth and of course Bailey, but it's like, Noah, that's our NXT, man. That's OG Black and Gold. That's like when it was gestating on the network, as a thing.
Exactly. And a young little lady with a bow in her hair that loved nothing more than a hugger now literally keeps moving closer, one step closer to being part of this roster in the present. It's an incredible story. I love it.
Dude, who all here wants her to have one match in AEW just to smack the fuck out of Mercedes, right? I'm just saying.
Do you really have to ask that question? If I had $1 for every time that gentleman on the far frickin' left.
Well, I know he does.
Izzy Moreno versus Mercedes Moné in an AEW ring, I would have enough to probably purchase a cheap seat in the nosebleeds of WrestleMania last year.
Right. Well, it's going to be more expensive this year, which is bananas.
That's
but
why
yeah,
I didn't say
that's something I can sit back, since y'all seem to want to call me the founder of the feast around here, which I still don't take, I take far heavy. Like, I don't take that lightly at all. Sit back as a proud papa and go, good job, folks. Very nice.
There you go.
And thank you. I don't know if I have the 28th off, but if I do, I will be here, because I have not seen my buddy Heather in forever. So that's awesome. Just nicely done, kids. I am, like I said, nice job, kids. Papa's proud. Good job. So Mania's 2 weeks after that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because Poder Mania is the 15th.
Yep.
So the following week after her, we're going to have Ed on again.
Okay.
The promoter for Poder Mania, which is kind of how everything got jump started.
Right.
Was having him on in the beginning of January. That way he can go over the match card again, let us know if there's any changes, card subject to change, promoter's favorite tagline.
Yeah.
Let us know if tickets are sold out, if seats are still available, et cetera, et cetera.
Where are they running?
Now, folks, purchase in the day.
Same place. They're part of the GCW collective. They'll be running at the Horseshoe, the former Bally's in Las Vegas.
The Bally's became that's what the Bally's became, is the Horseshoe.
Bally's is gone?
Okay, no. Because when I was up there at New Year's, I knew I was going to the Horseshoe or near the Horseshoe for the Bella's thing. I don't know if that was the Bally's. Okay, that makes a lot more geographical sense now. Okay. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Shows how much I know.
Poder Mania is a part of the GCW collective. Right. So it's all being held at the Horseshoe, as is WrestleCon.
Yes.
Which is also going to be a part of.
Right.
Yes. So just so stoked about that. I've been putting in the legwork. I've been doing the messaging.
Yeah.
It all started with Ed. Like I said, having Ed on, I want to say that was like the January 8th show or somewhere in that general vicinity.
Correct.
And having him on, having reached out to him to see if he wanted to promote Poder Mania on our small group of channels. And he took the opportunity. And from there, started reaching out to the talent, because he started announcing on social. He had announced on our show who was going to be part of the show. But once he started posting the graphics and announcing them on social, I was able to follow them.
Sure.
And then started sliding into their DMs. Hey, hello, Miss So-and-so. My name is JJ. I represent the Simply Reliable Studios. This is what the Simply Reliable Studios is. This is what we do. We cover WWE, AEW, TNA, New Japan, AAA, Stardom. We've done Mission Pro, Ladies Night Out.
VIP.
The women's stuff, letting them know that we pay attention to women's wrestling. We'd like to invite you for an interview. Is this something you'd be interested in? Told them that we had Ed on the show. And I think letting them know that we had Ed was the promoter for their show.
Right.
Pretty much they all started to fall in line and started replying.
Right on.
And I know Noah doesn't click, doesn't scroll.
Right.
Nick has probably been the one following the closest. What would you say, Nick? Within the last 2 weeks, I've made most of these announcements on the X account.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think we've been at these girls for a couple weeks now. I mean, I'm excited for all of them. I'm excited, like you guys, or like JJ, like you are with Izzy. That's me with Kaya.
Right.
Me and her have interacted a lot on Twitter, and the fact that she's going to be on the show, that's like what it is for me with you guys with Izzy. So, but yeah, no, we've been, dude, I don't know how many times I've retweeted stuff, tweeted out, been in people's ass. Like we've been going hard on this for the past couple weeks.
For real, he's been seriously advocating and cheerleading for us, and gotta love Nick for doing that. But yeah, and there got to the point where I had lined up quite a few girls, but there were still a lot of girls that hadn't even read my message.
Right.
So I messaged Ed. I was like, hey man, I've lined these girls up. I've messaged these girls and they're not even reading my message yet. Is there any way that you would, for me, just kind of give them a little nudge? It's like, these are the ones that we'd really like to get. You know, if we had to pick a couple priorities, because at that point, I think we only had like 4 dates left. It's like, these are the 4 we'd really like to get if at all possible.
Sure.
And he wrote me back. He was like, email this person at this email, email this person at this email. You know, I've kind of told them about you. They're expecting to hear from you. Emailed, and almost immediately I had a reply back from Izzy.
God.
And it wasn't an agent or anything. It was Izzy, because she mentioned, you know, Ed told me you guys were going to be writing. I'd love to do it, blah, blah, blah. And I've just been like beside myself. You know, I feel this is the biggest get we've gotten since me and you, honestly, were doing the interviews for Championship Wrestling in Hollywood.
For those that don't know, JJ and Jeff are literally historians of interviewing professional wrestling wrestlers.
I will concede this is the biggest one since those days. I don't know if including those days, but definitely since 100%. That's fucking awesome. Like that. Yeah.
And I don't want to shortchange Tiffany Nieves, who's still at this point in time on television as a double champ.
Well,
but NWA is a big independent at this point.
Yeah.
Izzy is an independent star, but with that WWE exposure from having been that girl at ringside during the Black and Gold NXT.
Absolutely. No, this
you
is
know, taking part in Lodestone with Bailey, you know, whatever it was a few weeks ago.
Which is really cool to see, yeah.
You know, and out of all the girls that are on the show, I told them the only other name we could get that I think would be bigger is Shotzi.
Right.
And she's challenging Brittany Blake for the championship.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. Yes.
But
so yeah. Go ahead. Finish what you were going to say, and then I'll
I was just going to say, but this is huge. I kept this so close to the chest.
Yeah, you did.
You know, Noah knew, James knew, Walter knew. That was about it.
Right.
I posted in a couple of the group chats that I had locked in something big and I was going to be announcing it.
Yeah.
Nick wanted so bad to try to get me to spill. He was trying so hard today during the Jersey J Cup to see if I was going to spill the beans.
I'm not going to lie. I almost messaged you a few times. I'm like, now, you know what? Just let him have it. Like, let him. And you did.
I'm so glad you didn't cave.
No,
cave.
I'm pretty good at that stuff, you know. I mean,
true, he is.
I'm impressed.
Mikey didn't know. Nobody else knew. And
it's like our own little episode of Unreal here right now. It's like, who knew?
It kind of is, you know. But
I love it.
It was. I've been just like. Walter said when I ran the video the first time that he almost had a tear in his eyes. I legit was watching it back the first time air, even though I had already made the video, and I was like sniffling and tears running.
Yeah.
Because of how big that is for us. But really quickly, Mikey, I saw in the private chat you were going to dip. Go ahead, say your goodbyes so you could dip. Jeff, I know you said you had more questions.
Yes.
If you do, then you can definitely throw to those once Mikey's gone. Mikey, one more time for people.
I'm just going to say, bro, it's another rose to add to your collection. You've gone from a bouquet to a greenhouse now. Next up will be backyard garden, and then you'll have your own flower shop at the end of the year for certain. Good job on that. Keep putting up the good work. Keep doing what you're doing. And it's going to be it's a bit inspiring, you know. I mean, to go from a fan to interview to meeting people to interviewing to working to putting in the work, and now you're at this level. It's a bit of an inspiration. I mean, that's how you inspired me to join this crazy family of work, and it just keeps going. And who knows, maybe more and more will happen to each of us. We never know. In the meantime, coming up in just a few short hours, and the culmination of NFL football 2025. I cannot wait. Seahawks and Patriots at 5:30 is the pregame show. Kickoff an hour later on NBC Peacock. We'll be here in the studios. Play-by-play from opening kickoff to the final whistle. And then once I get some more work done in there, there'll be another announcement coming up that I have spoken with Renegade for. We're not making that official yet, but we can do that as we get closer, maybe into March or so. Can't wait to see everybody there. Noah, get ready. Say some blessings in the morning and then come join us for football. Family, I love you all. Ash, keep rocking that hat. I love it. Where did you get it, by the way? How do you get those things?
Oh, I bought it at www.shop.com.
Cheap plug.
Good plug. Love you all, family. Stat Boy out. See you
tomorrow.
And then
plug, plug Hunter. Send your money to me, Al Franken. Anyway.
Damn it, Jeff. Well, hold on. I know Jeff got. I mean, Ash, you've been completely silent. What's your thoughts on what you just heard a moment ago?
I'm looking forward to that interview. That's gonna be fun. Because seeing like Izzy go from like Bailey superfan to be her own person in pro wrestling is quite the journey.
Absolutely. And to think that, she made her wrestling debut at 16 years old. Oh, Nick dipped. He must be having connection issues, but she made her debut at 16 years old, won her first championship at 17.
Wow.
Competed in a pro wrestling WWE inspired match at 17 because she was in Vegas last year. She competed in the WWE ID tournament.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And if she had won, she would be able to continue. But she lost her match.
Right.
Can I do this
Just
cheap little?
crazy.
Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead, Ash.
Okay, so I was about to say, if you guys are interested, there was this podcast on Spotify called Last Match Standing, where they rank the 100 greatest matches. And one of the matches on that list is I can't remember which one it was. I can't remember if it was the Iron Woman match or the Brooklyn match. No, it was the Iron Woman match from
Respect. NXT TakeOver Respect. 30-minute Iron Woman time limit match. First ever in NXT history. Bayley versus Sasha Banks.
Yes. They covered that match, and they had Izzy on the show for that.
Nice.
She was there at ringside for it.
She was a major part of that particular match between the two of them. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly why they had her on, and they had to. And they were surprised that they were able to get her on the show. And if you guys want, you can check that out on Spotify. I forgot what episode it is, but the podcast is called Last Match Standing.
Okay.
Yes. Interesting.
Much like Izzy, Jeff and I have history to a certain extent with Bayley, having seen her as Davina Rose.
That's right.
Taking on one Lucky O'Shea, who we won't say her new gimmick name, but
her new gimmick.
You can find her at adult entertainment stops.
Well, that's all out there. Yeah, fuck it. Yeah, whatever. Anyway.
But yeah, so much like Izzy, we have history with Bayley as well. Not on the same level, obviously, but we saw early Bayley matches before she became Bayley.
Yep.
That
was before she started putting her hair in a ponytail. Davina Rose just wore her hair straight.
Great. Yeah, she was just flat, straight down.
So I mentioned in the comments that I wanted to bring up something that was Shotzi related. The day after Protomania, the hell was this at? I can't even read it. I'm so blind. Circamania at Circa Resort and Casino, Las Vegas, April 17th.
Denise
Salcedo. But the previous month, which is next month, at the Improv in Hollywood, Denise is going to be joined by Willow Nightingale.
I know.
Hollywood Improv is not that far, homie.
No, but right I'm already going to be doing something in March that I'm going to be needing to obtain a vehicle for. I don't think I can do it for 2 days.
Yeah. It's the night before Revolution, and it's like, I don't even know if I'm going to Revolution. I want to go to Revolution just because it's local
live wrestling, which I don't get to do a whole lot anymore.
At the Staples Center, you're home away from home.
Literally. The Staples
and, you know,
Center has been the host of Revolution now, I think, for 3 years.
This will be the second year, as far as I know.
Yeah.
Unless they were there in 2024, I don't remember. I don't know. But especially, I want to get at the arena as much as possible because unless that hair crawls back out of his ass again, now that he's going to be retiring, this is the last year for the season tickets with the Kings. So the more I'm out at the arena, the better. And that's Revolution. But we all know how much this entire family loves Willow Nightingale. So if you're committed to something, I will make it a point to not be committed on the 14th, which is a Saturday night, and I'll try to get out to the Improv. I think I've been to every Improv except the Hollywood one. Oh no, wait, no. Chris Van Vliet did the interview with Ethan Page there. I take that back. So I have been there at least once. I've been to the Improv. It had nothing to do with stand-up comedians. I've been there to see Chris, and I'll go see Denise's show. So there you go.
That's probably the only reason I would go to something like that, honestly.
Well, it's funny. I've been by the Laugh Factory, the Comedy Store 100 times. Legendary venue out here in Hollywood, but only went inside for Sam Roberts' big WrestleMania week conglomeration of people. The only one on that strip I've actually seen comedy at was the Laugh Factory. I saw Tim Allen there last year. God damn, is he still funny? Anyway, congratulations to you for not only getting the interview, but keeping tight-lipped, because I know this bunch can be persuasive, to say the very least. So good on you. And I look so forward to, if I can make it happen, be part of that. Because that's, again, it's my son's 18th birthday. I already requested that whole block of 5 days to start April off, because I've got people coming in for Disney, and then, like I said, Dylan's birthday, and the day after is going to be recovery day. At this point, April, it's going to be a recovery, because I've got people coming in from Vegas. We're doing dinner, parks, probably breakfast,
all the things
the next day, and yeah, so it's going to be bananas. That is, I am, like I said, proud founder of the feast over here. I'm fucking stoked for you guys. That's great.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yes. Well, it's you just either be an old proud puppet. I got the damn salt and pepper going in my beard, and apparently it's working. Everybody's telling me to keep it, so I'm gonna keep it. But
yeah, go natural. I mean, my hair is going gray right now, and I'm turning 34 on Tuesday. Just go natural.
Yeah, I'm turning the reverse of that on March 1st, 43. I'm hitting it, getting closer.
A
few more Sundays.
But, yeah, that Heather Lynn interview will basically be your birthday show.
Yeah, it's fair, because by the time, if we run like our usual time, if I'm on the show, we're on usual time. So I'm not here until my birthday starts. Well, we'll see.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's the big announcement that has been teased. And again, we made the announcement at the end of the Rachel Leigh interview, which you can find on demand on our various channels. But made it again here. We were probably gonna. I originally was thinking I was gonna do it at the outset of the show, to start off with it, because we had kind of ended with it on the other one. But when I knew you were going to be here,
right,
and the time you were going to be here, it was like, okay, well, we'll hold off, because I want Jeff to see this, because been trying to get interviews going again for a while, and now with all of these falling in,
yeah, that's great, man. That's
hopefully we'll keep things going throughout the rest of the year. And Ed has been very supportive of us,
which is great.
He quote tweeted the Rachel Leigh promotion for today, talking about how we were basically going to be promoting his show over the next 10 weeks.
Right.
Which fairly accurate when you figure, all the days that we've got interviews scheduled. The only days we don't have a guest are next week and March 14th.
Well, next week's February 14th, and we're going to be celebrating all things love. Anyway.
Well, I mean, I'm going to be at the GCW show. So
I'm working. So, I get to work.
Let's see. What's going on next Saturday? Oh, that's right. Grand Slam.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Noah's going to be with his girlfriend professional wrestling.
Hey, I've got my calendar lined up. Thank you to TNA Plus for letting me resubscribe again. Basically, this week Wednesday is Watch Wrestling of the Week Part 1, Raw, NXT, and then do Greg's show. Saturday's going to be Part 2, Impact, SmackDown, and No Surrender.
Oh, wow.
I might be bowling next week Friday, so someone might have to cover No Surrender before I get home. But we'll play that by ear. Stay tuned, folks. No Surrender, because Impact's crazy nowadays. 11:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Thursday night. Bloody hell.
You said you're going bowling. Is it 5-pin or 10-pin?
Oh, 10-pin. I always do classic 10-pin.
Oh, nice. My brother does 10-pin bowling.
Yeah, I will say that for the horror fans out there, for all the shit we get about never having a Friday 13th, we got 2 back-to-back this year.
Yeah, the months perfectly line up.
Yeah.
Dude.
Who knows? Maybe Valentine's Day could be a bloody Valentine.
Jason takes TNA.
Nah. Single, celibate, solo, simple man with a love for wrestling for life.
You just mentioned 5-pin bowling. Is that a Canadian thing? Because I've never heard of 5-pin.
You guys have never heard of 5-pin?
Oh, really?
No,
That's
only 10-pin here in the States.
Must be Canadian because they both said the same thing.
We got duck pin here. It's like little pins on the strings that have like 3 balls per frame. But yeah, I never heard of 5-pin bowling.
Oh, wow. I guess it is just a Canadian thing. Hey.
That's so.
Hey, as a former owner and user of both my sons and roommates Wii, I remember 100-pin bowling. That shit was loud. It was fun.
That was overkill beyond ridiculous. There is no way, possibly by physics, you could bowl 100 pins over with a single ball. BS.
That's why it was on the Wii Fit, because it was an exercise too.
I was gonna say video games be damned, but yeah, we in the States only really have 10-pin. I've never heard of 5-pin.
Yeah,
weird.
Y'all are Canadian with your flapping heads and Celine Dion, okay?
You are Canadian, all right?
Yeah, they're Hucky Hullabaloo and that bitch Anne Marie too.
Jeff has got the soulless ginger thing going. You Canadians have the flapping heads, you know.
Hey, you know what? I may be a soulless ginger, but I love me some hockey. So thank you silly Canucks, for that.
And I love professional wrestling, then, now, and forever, particularly AEW on the state side for the mainstream, and everything else is independents or Japanese. But again, congrats again to JJ for all the incredible work he's been putting in. Again, incredible opportunity for you all, of course, continue to engage with what we do here. Not just following and engaging in wrestling, but literally interviewing the future of professional wrestling today as we know it. So again, stay tuned for the Saturday Shenanigans every week. That being said, that's a hell of a main event. That's a hell of an announcement. We basically covered, highlighted, and freaking criticized everything we could this week in wrestling. So I don't think you got anything else, JJ.
I didn't get that in depth in the Jersey J Cup. I only talked about a couple of things, but I will go ahead and say that overall the Jersey J Cup tournament was a solid 2 nights of wrestling. Match of the night for night 1, as I expected it to be, was Jordan Oliver versus Alec Price, our tag team of the year, Busta and the Brain. Went to a 20-minute time limit draw.
Oh.
Both men targeting the other man's weaknesses. Jordan Oliver had been out for almost a year before returning last year at spring break with a torn ACL. Price was going after his leg. Price used to come out and have like that bandage sleeve from a shoulder injury. Jordan was going after that arm. 20-minute time limit draw. They were going to try to get 5 more minutes before being attacked by 2 men who were eliminated earlier in the evening in their respective matches. You might know them, Noah. Their names are Judas Icarus and Travis Williams.
Sinner and Saint!
Yo, what?
So that set up a GCW tag title match that I never knew I wanted. That happened today. Busta and the Brain versus Sinner and Saint.
No,
Go!
All right.
Yo, shit.
Yeah, Ash, you and I are
I'm
both.
so
You and I
turned up
are
for that.
both on that safe wavelength for sure.
Oh man,
As is Datilla, fellow TNA fanatic.
Yes, I used to watch those. That was my team when I watched Prestige. Sinner and Saint are fucking baller.
Accurate.
100%.
Yo, that's gonna fucking slap bang and do all kinds of crazy shit.
Yeah, you're talking about the Order 4 getting the tag title. Sinner and Saint, if they're still at TNA, they need the TNA tag team title.
Oh, absolutely. Maybe that will get me to start watching TNA again.
Right.
Well, there you
Right?
go.
Or you could just watch it because we say so because it's damn good again. People are shitting on the AMC broadcast so far. Whatever.
To be fair, I do have the episodes saved. I just haven't, as usual, haven't gotten around to doing so yet.
Shocking, as always, by our Canadian friend Ash above me. But that being said, to Jeff's point, I'm TNA faithful, but I'm on trepidation with the more WWE booking influence I'm seeing with this TNA wrestling. But I'm still engaging with it because there is still some good merit with it, with Mike Santana, Layling Lee, the Knockouts division still somewhat being what I know them as to be.
Since
And Leon Flair being the X-Division champion.
So here is how the brackets played out. Jordan Oliver and Alec Price went to a time limit draw. So Charles Mason got a bye in the quarterfinals. Mason beat Eric Stevens in the first round. Jonathan Gresham versus Adam Priest was fun. Not exactly what you would expect from Gresham, considering it was only his second match post-stroke.
Yeah.
But it was still fun nonetheless.
Okay.
Judas Icarus fell to Darian Bensington. So that was that side of the bracket. Again, Mason got a bye as a result of the time limit draw. Gresham beat Darian Bankston. Over on the other side, Billy Starks beat Fancy Ryan Clancy. Had a black eye coming into tonight.
She got mollywop, like I said, at Ring of Honor. Just saying.
Man like Derice beat the main man Oro, which for those that don't follow, yes, that is Oro Mensa, the former Metaphor member.
Oh, okay.
KJ Orso, the former Fuego del Sol, beat Teriyaki. And Vengador won a 6-man match that also featured Griffin McCoy, Travis Williams, the other half of Sinner and Saint, Manny Lowe, Joe Lando, and a mystery opponent, which ended up being Joey Janela.
Of course.
That man's name is Terry Yaki. I'm just throwing that out there.
Yes, Jeff.
And if you look at his hair, he looks like the long-lost member of Bone Thugs and Harmony. And since every member of Bone is something Bone, I dubbed him Teriyaki Chicken Bone. Because you think of a chicken bone. Yeah. And it works, and everybody seems to love the shtick, so...
I will stick with it because nobody thought anything of Terror Rising until he is not.
Billy Starks then beat the man like Derice in the quarterfinals, while KJ Orso picked up a win over Vengador. Billy Starks beat KJ. Mason got over Jonathan Gresham. Finals was Mason versus Billy Starks.
Wow.
Which they have had a very tenured history in JCW.
Yeah.
The last show was an I Quit match with Billy defending her title against Mason, where she retained her title, made him say I quit. We kind of figured that was going to be the end of the feud there, but the tournament gave us another way for them to get back together because Billy was defending the title throughout the entire tournament.
Oh, okay.
Charles Mason defeated her in the finals, winning the Jersey J Cup and becoming the JCW World Heavyweight Champion.
I called the finals, but I fucking miscalled the winner.
But yeah, it was a solid tournament. I think I had Mason as my number 2 pick because I had Alec Price winning the whole thing, and well, that got thrown out when they went to a bye.
Right.
I screwed up a lot of people's brackets, honestly.
You might know Jay being a fan from back in the day, but Noah, you being another historian, was PWG the first to have the champion defend their titles or a title throughout a tournament with the whatever the fuck it was called, DDT4, I think it was called?
I think so.
That's wild. It's caught on.
Don't fully fact check me on that.
Yeah, because I don't recall any major indie. I'll put it that way, because it happened in the big time for sure. But like, I don't remember any major indie doing it before DDT4, and I think the Bucks were the first team to do it, if I'm not mistaken.
I believe you're correct.
Probably.
And yes, JJ, you did have Charles Mason as your secondary. I had Billy Starks as my secondary.
Damn.
But yeah, it was a really good show. And I kept saying, I said it on Simply Predicting, which I hosted Simply Predicting for this because
You did a good job.
Noah, just kind of handles the paperwork for me on this. And thank you for that, good sir.
Anytime.
But I said on that, and I said it a couple times during the call, that we need to get the JCW champion back defending the title on GCW shows like it was when Masha was champion.
Yeah.
Agree.
And Billy wasn't doing that.
Yeah.
Probably because Tony uses her quite a bit for Ring of Honor.
Right.
So we needed to either get her to where she could start defending it or get the belt off of her.
Yeah.
I think Charles Mason getting the belt is a great call because he's been heavily featured on GCW shows. He's been doing stuff with Cruel and Slade going up against Vandal 48, Atticus and Otis Cogar, and Cousin Cogar Christian Napier. Atticus is now the GCW World Champion. Otis is the Ultraviolent Champion. Napier has no gold. So maybe we could end up doing something where Napier starts going after Mason for the JCW title so that we can get all the belts on Vandal 48.
It's a fair shout.
As it is, at the end of the month, Vandal 48 get a tag title opportunity against Busta and the Brain. And I hate to admit it, but I think that may be where Jordan and Alec lose the titles, creating a two-man power trip in GCW for the Cogar brothers.
We could use one of those in wrestling. It's been a minute. Been a long minute.
Yeah.
Should have been longer, but quads will tear.
Yeah,
Throughout the damn family, as it turns out. Anyway.
But yeah, it was a really solid show. I highly recommend that anybody who loves tournaments, Noah, go back and watch the tournament. Yeah, I tried to get Noah to join us because he said that he wanted to do more tournaments this year after doing the C2 last year.
Yes.
So did I.
But he wanted to go bowling instead. So
I had a prior commitment, and Lord knows I don't get out of this house enough, and it was supposed to be the previous week, but freaking storm snowed us in, and the temperatures were literally, you could kill yourself in 30 minutes. So we finally were able to do it after the temperatures broke up, and we're going to get back to our normal routine during every pay week. Do it again, which is why this open Friday, someone else might need to start it.
But yeah, go back, watch it. It's on Triller both nights.
Will do.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely will.
Because I do love me a good tournament.
You and me
Yeah,
both.
like I said, the first couple matches of Gresham, I said this before Jeff joined, so I'll repeat it so he can hear it. The first couple matches of Gresham weren't your standard Gresham matches.
Well, yeah.
But I think he was trying to pace himself after the stroke and everything. But Gresham versus Mason, Gresham really started to kind of get back to form because Mason is a psychotic SOB. If he smells blood, he's going to strike.
Yes.
So he needed to try to be the Gresham of old to hide his weaknesses. And I think it was a solid contest between the two of them. But definitely the two matches of the weekend were the ones that Jordan and Alec were in.
Yeah.
And maybe that's personal bias on my end because of how much I love them. But y'all watch the tournament and let me know if you agree or not.
I'm happy for John too. It's a long road back from something like that. That isn't always come backable from. I mean, often than not, it's not. Especially as an athlete, like God damn, it'd be great if he had the moment he had, and then Friday on SmackDown, we get a little wrinkle in the armory, in the armor of Jade Cargill. If Jordan can be SmackDown champion, that'd be awesome. I know I love Jade Cargill in this room, but
It would be such a nice reset. But anyway, well.
Ironic, I threw that comment up there, and she pops into the green room. The Pink Ranger is here wearing her Chelsea Green hat.
There, I was gonna say.
I'm about to say we got our two Slagents. We got Slagent A and Slagent D right now in the room. Chelsea Green, if you're looking for extra recruits, they're ready to report for duty.
I pledge allegiance to Chelsea Green. We stand on guard for she.
The hot mess we trust, the true leader, the face of America. Make her the champion, damn it.
Become a ledge, say the pledge.
One half of the green.
You know what? I think there's a good chunk of people that would vote Chelsea Green for president over the president we have. I'm just saying.
This is accurate.
Although,
and I'm gonna leave it there politically. We're not going to go any further. Especially since we have two Canadians who aren't even a part of the country.
Is America ready for a woman president? Because if they were, they would have voted one by now.
You would have been correct, but apparently we're not like Japan that's got a female prime minister. We're still fucking stupid.
We're like 5 votes away from impeachment. Just be patient, y'all. It's happening. Don't worry, it's happening. Dead ass serious. The house is close.
If you guys want to, you're more than welcome to come to Canada. We'd accept you with both of arms.
We accept you first.
We accept you.
Anywho.
Sorry, what did you say?
I don't know. I didn't hear anything. I just see Chelsea Green being represented here, and it makes me happy. Someone screenshot this and tag Chelsea Green on the X and let her know 2 Slagents are ready to report for duty.
No,
I couldn't let my fellow patriot by herself. Be by herself.
There we go. Yeah.
Okay, get the salute going, girls.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, I love it. I love it. Again, Chelsea Green, such a wonderful individual and an incredible.
No, it's fantastic because those first went on sale during Survivor Series weekend, and like Chelsea's line was long as it was, but as the day wore on, more people started showing up with the hats, and she was almost in tears.
I got this at Survivor Series weekend, actually. I got that at the store.
Well, that just goes to show again how valuable Chelsea Green has been to everybody that is a fan of some form of the WWE, or more importantly, just a supporter of women in wrestling. Chelsea Green has found the perfect mesh of being a diva in a woman's era and still being able to kick ass in the ring and be represented for it. She just doesn't have a freaking championship right now, which kind of pisses me off.
Well, does she really need one, though? That's the question. Does she?
Yeah,
Really
I do get that. I do get that. But I think she's more than deserving of having a long run with it, because I can only imagine the shenanigans that would come from it. Much like the United States town, I'm still waiting for her to get the crown jewel of WWE off that bitch or somebody else.
To quote my mom, Chelsea needs to get her title back.
Yeah.
Like my mom refuses to call it the United States title. She calls it the Chelsea title because that's hers and hers only.
I'll go one step further. I'll go one step further in a second. Go ahead, Jeff.
Well, there's a couple of things. First of all, if y'all watch Unreal, we know that there's a thing about Chelsea. We'll see how that plays out.
Dickhead Hayes.
I love Michael Hayes. I do, but golly, man. Anyway.
Sorry.
No, don't be sorry.
Don't be sorry. Please don't be sorry for that. But as far as Chelsea goes, I tell you what, everybody that has either been involved with the company or come back to the company have all stated that if there's ever a Total Divas reunion, along with Brie and Nikki and Natty and Naomi, the first 2 candidates are Chelsea and Maxine.
Oh,
because they fit so perfectly in that. And golly, if Maxine just wants to flip that switch a little bit further, whatever happens Monday with her and Natty. First of all, I haven't been on the air at all since that happened. Natty, not Natalia.
Finally.
Oh, dude, when I saw her in October, I felt like there was a shift happening. It just took it took 2 more months, but it happened. I'm so fucking happy for my friend Natty that she gets to unleash the beast finally on the main roster. And I love Maxine. She was an absolute doll at Survivor Series weekend. And I think she was a great underdog story. But you going to die, bitch. You going to die Monday. It's over. You are in Natty's way of getting back to where she should have been fucking 15 years ago.
100.
So there's that. But with Chelsea, if Maxine gets blown through, which I think will happen Monday, flip that switch or slightly tweak Chelsea switch. Try that 5 times fast. Fuck. And put her and Maxine together because they're best friends anyway. And with this tag team division and WWE women's tag team division keeps amping up, I say we just have a big brouhaha WrestleMania weekend and throw those two in there in that mix.
The first time it's actually justified that it's actually smart and correct booking for these women right now based on what they're doing.
And JJ, I know you want to make your point. Anybody that is getting on the Bella Twins case for being part of the challenging group, fuck you. Matter of fact, give me a solo shot. Anybody out there that should challenge for the women's tag titles, fuck you. Thank you.
I was waiting for that. Legitimately. I've been waiting for that all night long from Jeff. As soon as he brought up women's tag wrestling, I was like, wait for it.
Just those belts were created because those two exist. Period. End of sentence.
Accurate. I literally said
I'm ready
earlier,
for the Iconics to return and reclaim what was rightfully theirs.
Well, that's if the WWE treats them with respect, and I'm going to do my best to look at the present and not the past. But the only moment at WrestleMania 35 that mattered was not Kofi, man. It was them winning the fucking tag team titles, and Vince made an absolute shit show out of it.
Yes, he did.
So I told Ash that I was going to take her idea one step further.
Okay, yes.
I want Chelsea to go down to NXT, become the women's North American champion, so that she can have a Canadian strap like Ethan Page.
Oh, God.
And they can both be insufferable together. They're already the AAA mixed tag champions, I think. I don't know if they lost them or not.
They actually did lose them tonight.
Okay.
Yeah, today on the show. But it wasn't her. She I guess she broke her foot in fucking SmackDown yesterday. So they had somebody sub in with Ethan.
Damn.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what I would do, is have them do that gimmick together, because part of me loves the two of them together.
Yes.
The other part of me thinks that they've been waiting to put her and Cardona together until her and Paige lost those belts. So now that her and Paige have lost those titles, we may get Cardona and Chelsea together.
See, but I like Matt as what he's doing. I don't want him to have to be the insufferable boob yet, like Ethan. Like I'm okay with it the way things are with that right now. And like you said, if they have Chelsea go, like, well, I mean, she's got a broken foot, so who the fuck knows now? But if she's well enough to carry a program, not necessarily wrestle, but carry a program into stand and deliver, shit, move her.
Yeah, I mean, you could always use the thing about, you had a broken foot, that's why we lost the titles.
Yeah.
Even though she wasn't in the match.
Yeah.
Ethan can start chastising her. Cardona comes in for the save.
Oh, I mean, yeah.
That's how you put them together. And then Cardona and Paige have a little bit of a rivalry, and you don't have Cardona as the insufferable boob because he's defending his woman's honor.
Yes. My only thing is, and again, I'm not trying to throw CVV any more publicity because God knows he don't fucking need it. I love Chris, but damn. Chelsea has said that, much like Nia did on Chris's show this week, she prefers being the comedic boob that takes the falls and it is the heel. But she much like Nia, and please watch the interview. I know people are kind of hard on Nia. She is so lovable. It's hard to boo her now that we know how. I mean, Unreal is fucking up everything for the heels. It really is. It's hard to hate anybody anymore. Damn it.
That freaking Rollins says he feels dirty watching.
He does, and you know what? I still love that whole thing, the way it was set up. Even though Rue almost blew it, it's still the best story of last year. It was so fucking good. But I'm torn there. Like, I really want Chelsea and Matt to be together, but I also really don't want Chelsea to turn babyface or Matt to fuck up the juju with her and Ethan. We'll see. I'm down for whatever. I mean, Izzy Dane's the North American champion right now, and she's with Spears in them, so it's like, okay. Like, if it's going to become a thing where Chelsea gets involved with her and then Matt goes against Spears, which, that's talk about two guys that nobody gave a fuck about in the WWE office 10 years ago. Hello.
Accurate.
That'd be awesome to watch in and of itself.
Well, again, we just got to take it a day at a time. And as you talked about with Chelsea Green's foot thing, who knows what sort of crazy segments we'll get with Alba Fire protecting the president now that she's hobbling on one leg or in a wheelchair, legitimately, depending on, the straight of the injury. For those that don't know, by the way, a little spoiler for you about SmackDown. Tiffany Stratton qualified in a triple threat against Lash Legend and Chelsea Green for the Elimination Chamber with the praise moves, whatever, inning Chelsea Green after countering her on Prettier.
Yeah, and I don't know when she suffered the injury, but that picture on social was fugly, so not good. And I didn't know they taped. I thought they did AAA television. Like, I thought they pre-recorded it, but if she didn't compete tonight, it must have been either live or like recorded earlier today, because she did not compete and defend the titles with Ethan. So,
yeah, hindsight, I guess.
But at least somebody in the Simple family, their lady has a title, and does anybody in here watch AAA on television? Are they able to?
No.
Okay.
We do the pay-per-views when they do them free on the YouTube, but
well, in that case, somebody that Walter know, Lola and Mr. Iguana are the new champions.
Saw that coming.
So Lola Vice finally has a championship. By God, it's in the sister promotion, but she's got a championship. So hey, it's a start.
Right.
Hey, if that means that she gets to rep that title on NXT every week.
Yep.
And if it means that Mr. Iguana becomes more of a fixture of NXT, I'm here for it.
Right? No, that's fair. Although I will say, during the Women's Rumble, everybody got their shit in, and Lola made Nia dance, and that was funnier than fuck. I was laughing my ass off during the watch along. So
hey, and in the Men's Rumble, Yeska got to participate. He got eliminated, so
the puppet is not a participant.
Hey, did he go over the top rope and hit the floor?
Did he come into the ring?
He came in the ring.
Did he go over the top rope and his feet hit the floor?
I'm not going to get into an argument about a puppet being a participant in the Royal Rumble. Much
you're talking to a guy who loves the Muppets. Okay, I will defend puppet rights.
We need to talk about that, by the way.
Same. As a humanoid Muppet herself, I will defend Puppet and Muppet honor.
Humanoid Muppet.
You're all freaking idiots.
The question is, are we men or are we Muppets?
The jury
are we
is
very
out.
manly Muppets, or are we a Muppet of a man?
At the end of the day, we are all meat puppets.
And I love the fact that Ash laughs because she gets the joke.
Yeah. No, it was like, I'm already past my time limit. What the fuck am I doing?
He really is, but you know what? You're here, which you're almost never here.
That's valid.
Attila's here, so I think
I'll be here next week, so
forgiving.
Yeah,
a little bit.
I still want a fatal four-way, and I want somebody who can do AI to do it. Maybe you can get on Rift to create it.
Oh God!
But I want La Yeska versus Di Manito versus Pepe versus Minnie Monet.
And this is why
I need to see this happen.
That'd be a barn burner.
And this is why
Don't look at me in that tone of voice.
You're a sick man.
We've seen some of the videos that Aaron Rift creates with AI and posts.
Valid,
he
but
can make that happen.
Okay.
Wasting brain cells here.
I would gladly concede that, but if you saw, like I saw, the Jeff Jarrett versus Big G stuff, yeah, he kind of blew his wad. Like, it's over now, it's done. So yeah,
I did see that video.
So bad.
I laughed.
Oh, so bad though. Like, it would have been a lot better if they actually looked like Jeff Jarrett and Jeff Hiddle. But hey, what are we doing? Fuck.
This is not what AI was meant for. I thought TikTok was the worst.
Well, no, it was.
Society.
It botched for Aaron. Oh my! And you know what? Hell, have Mr. Sacco be the referee in his Sacco shirt. Like, fuck it.
That's right.
In the referee shirt. Why not?
And Mr. Rocco too.
Yes.
Don't forget about Rocco.
Rocco and the Cobra. The Cobra. Hey, Santino's still active.
And while we're on the subject of Rocco, we can not only have Mr. Rocco, but we can have the Rocco that Elmo hates so much.
or the Rocco that rode with LOD in 1992 for nobody.
She laughed. She gets that one too.
She got it. Oh yeah, I know. There we go. We can call the show Master of Puppets, Charles. There you go. That's brilliant.
There we go.
Master of Puppets, pay-per-view, live pay-per-view. Please don't sue us, Metallica. Send your money to him.
I was going to say, have James Hetfield as the referee because he is the master of puppets.
We just wait for that, Noah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yep, and also to do this. Goodbye and good freaking night, you crazy puppets, fuckheads. Bang.
Oh, Noah, come back.
That's a good thing you left because I was about to make.
Love you, Noah.
I was about to make a really bad joke saying, "Hey, if I'm off on the 14th, you want to make that a date night?"
You're a Jew.
Noah, we love you, Noah. Come back on. We know you're there.
Believe in Noah. Did the Joe Hendry thing? Oh. Hey, NXT champion Joe Hendry at that, right? I mean, come on.
That's right. Noah.
Oh, sad. He is Avatar, man. That's okay. He's here at least. So.
Is he there? Is he there? He's there. I see his face.
Yeah, he's there. He's sitting there cracking up because if he really wasn't there, he would have left the studio by now.
That's fair. That's valid.
But no, if I am off February 14th, I would gladly call with Noah for AEW Grand Slam because you know me, I love that stuff. It has two of my favorite things on there. Well, yeah, two: AEW Wrestling and Australians.
There you go.
So what you're saying is it's a date?
Not like that. Like,
oh,
I was just saying it to be a cheeky monkey. That's all.
You cheeky monkey, you.
Another puppet. You can have a cheeky monkey puppet for no reason. Oh, like what the hell? Like, I realized I was just moving me. Like, I'm moving.
Yeah.
I have motion sickness. I was at Knott's all day.
Put the people that are on camera on one row and the other ones on the other
That
row.
makes sense. So I sent you a picture, and I wow, okay.
Nope, we lost Nick again.
Yeah. I don't know how much farther we're going as far as shills, but since we had two Canadians in there. There was a hockey reference made toward the end of the week, last week, or toward the beginning of this week, I should say. And the caption on the Anaheim Ducks Twix page read, and I quote, not to be Michael Cole there because I didn't want to do that shit for sure. Mighty Ducks legends on the glass for that goal. The Ducks just scored a goal on the ice, and on the glass.
Hold on, I just downloaded the picture. Okay. I'll upload it. Give me a second.
On the glass at the Honda Center 6 nights ago, which is the former Arrowhead Pond, which of course the Anaheim Ducks have played there their entire existence, and that's where the second Mighty Ducks movie climax was filmed. On the glass for that Ducks game, Ducks legend Teemu Selanne and Mighty Ducks legend Russ Tyler himself.
Nice.
Fucking swear to God, the thing actually says Mighty Ducks legends on the glass for that goal. You got Teemu Selanne, a certified Hall of Famer, and Keith Thompson.
That's actually really cool.
I love it. And again, we all know in this room how much I love the Anaheim Ducks, but I respect Mr. Teemu Selanne. I got to meet Teemu Selanne pretty much right where he's sitting in that picture because it was a few rows up, but he was in his box. He was off for the night or he was hurt or whatever. So I got to meet my whole family even Dylan got to meet. That was fucking awesome. And then Keenan Thompson is the longest tenured member in SNL history. That's bananas to me.
Right.
The kid that started, on Nickelodeon and in the Ducks movies is now the longest tenured SNL cast member, and that shows 50-year history.
That is.
Yeah. I love that. Good for Keenan, though, man.
So. He is funny, though. I will admit he is very
he's funny as shit, dude. And I read that he and Keller coming back for a special or something, so that's cool. He's working with Kevin Hart a lot, which working with Kevin Hart, you're not making chump change. So, that's awesome. I mean, I was gonna say small change. That would have been a really bad joke for Kevin Hart. And everybody else picks on Kevin Hart for his height. I'm not picking on him for shit.
Yeah,
he makes more money than I do a year. So, but I just thought that was neat, and I know that we had two Canadians in the house, so throw a little hockey reference in there. And it's Winter Olympics, so this is like y'all's chance to shine because USA ain't going to win this year, I don't think.
That's what you got the Summer Olympics for.
Well, yeah, and they're going to be here because the city's convinced we're going to be clean and ready to go in 2 years. We're going to be the shame of it. We're going to be a laughing stock of the world. I swear to God. Anyway, I digress again.
But that pretty much wraps up everything, unless anybody has anything else they want to mention, or if any super chats come in. We haven't run the trailer yet.
That's fair.
So we'll run the trailer real quick, and then we'll come back and we'll start shills. So we shall return.
And now for a taste of things to come.
And of course, all of us here at the Simply Reliable Studios promote, shill, watch along, call the action for all the professional wrestling and combat sports and other sports as well.
Including tomorrow.
So, since there are no super chats coming in, we will begin the shills. Nick, go ahead and tell everyone where they can find you.
Ooh, you can find me on. I'm actually going to be nice about this tonight. You guys can follow me on Twitter. I just don't remember what my Twitter handle is. But y'all can go there. You can find me there. We got the Super Bowl coming up tomorrow. That should be fun and dandy. We've got everything that we have announced so far. It's good to be a part of this ragtag group of misfits. And Jeff, we need to see you more. What's your face?
Well,
yeah, that's my hat right there. That one.
Nick B. Leaf 12. Oh, yeah, well, you know. I can't say much about hockey because I'm a Kings fan, so it is what it is.
Exactly. Yeah, that thing. Follow that thing.
Follow that shit. I just sent you my newest plug because I realized I didn't have one made up because I got fucking nothing going on right now. Oops. And I actually made those characters on the way home, so I figured fucking might as well use them.
All right, give me a second to load those in.
We're good. Yeah, it's you know, I'm not available for the Tuesday shows. I'm, you know, if I happen to be home on a Wednesday, I'll do Greg's show, but it's not always a thing. And then Saturdays, at least the next Saturday, I'm not going to be here, or the Saturday after. So, gonna get my shit in. Brian Cage, that shit. Oh my goodness.
Make sure you follow Walter at Rage of Wrestling on YouTube, at walter.cruz.940 on Insta, and at Walter Alex Cruz on the X and Blue Sky. I'm not sure if Blue Sky is still a thing or not, but, you know,
not sure either, to be honest with you.
You
I
can
use
follow James at James Heebman Hebert on Facebook and J Hebert Side 95 on X and the YouTube. Ash.
You can find me on X, the app formerly known as Twitter, at ShadowBadAsh, and subscribe to my YouTube channel at Batty for Wrestling. Don't be a dickhead.
Yeah, be a dickhead.
You can follow our Pink Ranger on YouTube at Rangers of Wrestling, on Instagram and Twitch at Rangers of Wrestling, and on X at Datilla_. You can follow the Simple Man, Noah Foster, at nfoster916 on the X and the YouTube. He dipped out before we could really say anything, but congratulations to Noah for hitting 400 subscribers.
Hooray!
Let's keep getting those numbers up for him.
Hell yeah, dude.
Go ahead, Jeff, before we get to me.
At _Jeff Meacham on Twix, on Instagram, on Threads, Facebook. If you happen to, know me or be a friend, it's at Jeff Meacham. But I'm trying to narrow that down again. So, and yeah, I got bored of the way. I got bored waiting for the train, if I'm being honest, at Buena Park today. So I figured I'll just do some caricatures, and I just happened to pick the 2 roles I have at Disney and what I do here. So. Follow me at _Jeff Meacham if you have the inkling and are that bored. Good on you. I feel your pain.
Follow the WrestleFish on X. Follow our partners at the Wrestle Collective at The Wrestle Collective on YouTube and Dubsea Worldwide on the X. And then when it comes to yours truly, you can find me on Instagram at the Renegade JJ Williams, YouTube Casa D18 Studios, X at ROWJJ Williams, and Casa D18 Studio, no S at the end on the YouTube, or on the S. No S on the end of the X. That's what I'm trying to say. You can also find and follow us on X at SR Studios 2024. That is where all the big announcements have been being made. Again, go back in the archives. Watch the interview from earlier this evening with the Princess of Perfection, Rachel Lay. In 2 weeks, the Poder Mania champion, Brittany Blake, will be on the show. The week after that, Heather Lynn, the Poder Mania ring announcer, will be on the show. March 7th, Kaya McKenna will be on the show. March 21st, Jocelyn Navarro will be on the show. March 28th, La Leona Alejandra Quintanilla will be on the show. And as you heard earlier, April 4th, everyone's BFF, Izzy Moreno, will be on the show. That's right. The women of Poder Mania coming to the Saturday Shenanigans. That is going to wrap things up. So, for the Heat Man James Hebert, for Mr. Reliable Walter Cruz, for Stat Boy Mike, for the Canadian King of Food Nick, for the Simple Man Noah Foster, for our Pink Ranger Datilla, for Jeff Mother Effin Meacham, for our Canadian friend Ash. I am the Renegade of Wrestling, JJ Williams. Thanking everybody for joining us and tuning in.
I saw my hand, like, what the fuck is on my hand? It's just a reflection of the light. Fuck, sorry.
We appreciate everybody being here and joining us over these last many hours tonight.
Yeah.
Have a good evening. Enjoy the Super Bowl. As somebody who gives not an F about football, I hope your team wins. Yes, you out there watching, whoever your team is, if they're in the bowl, I hope your team wins.
And if your team is there, enjoy Bad Bunny, WWE Superstar Bad Bunny tomorrow.
That's right. Thank everybody for joining us and tuning in, and we will catch you all next time.